Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome back to BattleMania. This is going to be Season 5, Week 3. So this is going to be Week 3 of 4. And if you do hop there into the Discord, you will be able to see who's on what current points. But hi, how are we all doing? We have Warhammer Noodles, how are we doing, friend? And CJ, hope we're all doing very well, guys. So we are going to be having Tank and Mr. Dark Phoenix here up in the final. And I'm just going to wait for my YouTube to catch up. Just trying to see what's going on here. Right, there we go. It looks like it is switching back on. It's coming back to life. There we go. So yes, it looks like here with Tank, he was picking and banning first. He picked what else? Ban Empire and Lizardmen. Yep, two good bans there for sure. I think also like Bretonia's a pretty decent ban, but you know for sure Empire is also a strong one as well. Obviously these two clanmates, they know each other pretty well. Greenskin seems to be the pick. Even matchup for sure. Even matchup for sure. So we are going to be starting out on Oak and Hammer, and should be quite the contest. It's your boy indeed. It is your boy Logic. How we doing, Mr. CJ? How we doing? How we doing? Well. Hope you guys enjoyed Jucky's stream as well. I'm sure if some of you guys maybe checked out Papra. If you don't know that bad man, you go check him out. He's a wicked Twitch streamer for sure. It's really good fun, good music, good times, good vibes. You know, all the good things that you would hope from a good Total Warhammer content creator. It should be pretty interesting here in the semi-finals. These guys have gone through a bunch of best of ones up against everybody today, and now they're going to be facing here in the semi-finals. But we are going to be having some Stone Trolls, and it looks like quite a few indeed. Let's get a picture on here. 3 Stone Trolls, very good regeneration, 70 armor, and 120 armor piercing, weapon strength indeed. 2 units of the Goblin Wolf Rider Chariots. So we're not going to see the Orc Boar Chariots, but the normal Chariots indeed. What's up, Phoenix King? So the Death Creepers here with that regeneration. Goblin Forest Spider Riders. Also the double Forest Spider Riders with the spears and the poison. Goblins mixing in with Orc Boys. Night Goblins as well there for the Fanatics. And some other normal Goblins. Here we are going to have the double Orc Shaman. One here with Brain Buster. And the other one here with Gaze. And it looks like Edbart. And for the Lord Choice, we are going to have the bad man himself, Grom the Paunch, Lucky Banner. The Great Un is here, and also Language of Da Boys. So, pretty strong indeed. Pretty strong. Over there on the left, we can see some Glade Rider Spears. At least 3 units of those, just to screen out against all those poison. We have some Glade Riders here on the right as well, making that 4 in total. And in the front, we are going to have a bucket load of Dryads. Very good, 60 armor, fear, and physical resistance as well. Starfire Shafts in the back for that fire and armor piercing damage. Very good up against Grom for sure. With some Eternal Guard shields with that poke from behind, armor piercing, and anti-large. Flying high in the sky, we are going to have the Frost Dragon now. Probably one of the worst dragons in the game, but still very strong indeed. When it comes down to the sisters, she's going to have the armor sundering with the armor sundering shots, but she will have Eagle Quiver, the Sporadic Breath, Conjoined Destiny, and also Tenacity. So very good, she can fight whilst moving, but it's interesting they're going to see on the Forest Dragon. I much prefer her on an Eagle. Perhaps there's a reason why though today. Perhaps just being a little bit tankier there in the sky, just negating that speed is maybe up against the Spider Riders. It's perhaps the goal. Mr. Down Under Blunder, how are you? I saw yesterday you were back to playing Vermintide. Yeah, I played a little bit of Vermintide here and there. I think I'm going to be doing some Twitch streaming soon with me playing some Vermintide every now and then with a couple of friends. A couple of Twitch streamers themselves as well, and YouTube content creators. A few of us are going to get together and play some games. But here on the right, in the lovely green as well. I do like the green here from the ROR Spider Riders. They certainly scuttle, they certainly move, and they are painful to play against. 45 armor as well with that regeneration. Pretty good for cavalry, or at least skirmish cavalry from the Greenskins. Tries coming to the Gulf Rider Chariots. Needs to have some nice range. 115 range there with 163 weapon strength. Actually not too bad there. You know, you could probably think about them as the Chariots there from Tomb Kings that have the range. I'm just wondering the shots here in the pocket. Looks like they're going to be shooting. I think we're going for the Stone Trolls here, I think. Or is that Grom, but we're not doing so great here. I don't really see any sort of terrain problems, but it looks like we are going to be shooting over. But it looks like the sisters are going to be missing quite a bit. I think we're just going to be hitting Orc Boys. I think the target is maybe going after Stone Trolls, but it looks like there's a bit of a problem going on there. So over here on the right hand side, we are going to see that Tank is going to be getting shot in the flank here by the Goblin Wolf Rider Chariots and the Spider Riders. Not really too much they can do about it. They do have 90 speed, 80 when they slow down, so they can catch Forest Goblin Spider Riders, but it's not particularly worth their time. But still, they are going to get shot, and they're going to get shot pretty hard, so you will have to start paying attention there eventually. In the front, we can see that actually maybe Gaze there hit up against the Sisters. Didn't quite see what hit there, actually, but looks like there was going to be some sort of damage. We do actually have the Orc forward. Yeah, so this one forward would suggest that he did shoot there, and certainly saw some damage. So now we are going to get some of the Starfire Shafts rotating. A little bit late there on that rotation. You're going to get quite a bit of damage here, actually, and losing 14 models for the Glade Rider Spears is pretty costly there. High in the sky, though, looks like Sisters are going to be moving back here. We are going to get a slow progression here from the Forest Goblin Spider Riders around the edge. We are going to be shooting on the flanks from the Dark Phoenix. Now, these two are clanmates, so I'll leave it a little bit more towards them about how they want to play the game. They play together. If they have any complaints, then, of course, I will jump in as the referee. But I'll sort of let them play their own game, as they know each other far better than I know them. So, shots coming in here from the trees. Looks like we're going to be moving around to the backhand side. We do actually have a nice little lip here where you can shoot over the top, and actually shooting down can actually be a little bit more difficult sometimes. Especially when you can see this nice bulge. Shooting over is a lot easier than trying to get down onto that target. Then we're going to have some fast shots coming to the back up against the Spider Riders. Very good up against the regeneration unit, but I don't know where the Death Creepers have gone. So the Death Creeper is going to be chasing here up against the Sisters. The Sisters do have Conjoined Destiny, and we also have Shadows. So we have the Branch Wraith, who does have Earthblood. Looks like also going to be having Pendulum, and also Call of the Woods for that increased melee attack. So it's going to be a bit of a skirmish off here at the beginning, trying to see the damage and get away with what we can. We're just going to move the Glade Riders in the middle, which is perfect. Spears are going to sort of screen out, and if we're not careful here, yeah, that's some good play there. I can see the Glade Rider Spears coming forward, just to try and make sure that these chariots don't get too comfortable out here in the back. And this is some really good elite play here between these two. Very good players indeed from the VM clan. Now we do have some sneaky Spider Riders. Some of these Spider Riders, you can see that pockets are starting to open here from Mr. Tank. He does have to be careful. Pockets like these sizes that can open, you can certainly see spiders pouring in and starting to shut down some of this backline range. As you can see here, taking out the Goblin Chariots can be quite difficult. There are 6 models. They're relatively healthy, actually. You know, you just divide that 4.5k by 6, and that will let you know that they've got a pretty good amount of health. Moving back, though, looks like the Forest Goblin Spider Riders don't particularly want too much to do with this. They just want to kind of... They're kind of maneuvering around the Wood Elf Forest. They're not allowing them to box too much or protect their middle pocket, but certainly taking a lot of damage is going to be the Sisters. This is the problem with them and their Dragon. They're bigger, they're slower, they're heavier, and they're just so much easier to hit. But they do take more damage. Oh, looks like we did get a Gaze. Gaze is going to do some damage. Only 2 of the 4 blasts are actually going to hit. So that should be just a normal cast there. That is the problem with not going here with the River Troll Hag. If you do overcast and it does become a problem, it can damage yourself. So that's why you won't see too many overcast spells here from the Orc Shaman. Over here on the right, it looks like we are going to be getting the trade advantage here from the Greenskins. They are going to be firing in. I think just going to be weathering the storm here is going to be Mr. Tank. He's certainly going to be going back and forth with that Dragon, trying to evade as much as he can. Arm-piercing shots here in the front up against the Goblin Wolf Rider Chariots. We're certainly up to 6 models still, but they are taking some damage over time. They are going to get hit, but there's some nice juking there in the middle. How are we doing, Praetor? From some of the mountains. So that Predator there is a really nice guy with a clan from Grombrindle. I'm sure you guys know who Grombrindle is. Lovely clan of guys. Predominantly they are going to be Polish, but very nice indeed, you guys. If you don't know them, go ahead on over to their Discord. It will be in mine under resources, community resources. So go check them out and say hello. They're very, very good dwarf players. But here in the middle, we can see that some Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. You're just going to be getting a setting up here, but you've got to be careful when you see foot infantry here with the Eternal Guard. You want to get your Glade Riders back, because they are going to get shot, but at the same time, you don't want to leave too much open here for the Greenskins to get onto your Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. You lose them, and you are in some serious trouble. You are going to get pulled apart here by the Skirmish Cavalry. Now, one thing that's really smart, and one thing I'll add here, is you can see the Death Creepers. You might go, well, why are we not seeing... Oh, that's a nice cast there in the back. That was a nice cast there going through. Looks like got maybe not too much, maybe just a small miss there. But one thing that we're not going to be seeing, we're not going to see the ROR Goblin Wolf Riders. Now, the reason we're not going to see those is because there's not really too much armor to shoot into. So actually going with the Death Creepers is the much smarter choice. More damage here as well coming out of the Orc Shaman. He's certainly going to be ripping apart the Sisters. When they do drop below 10% health, they do actually have the opportunity to heal themselves using Conjoined Destiny. It's a little bit bugged though sometimes. It's I don't believe it is 100%, but sometimes it really doesn't feel like it has any chance to pop at all. No, it looks like it is 100%. Looks like it should just go, but I've had games where it certainly hasn't gone. Looks like Tank is going to switch things up. Looks like he is going to press, but also pressing could be a problem. He needs his Starfire Shafts to shoot the Stone Trolls. That's the only thing that he can do to win here. They really can't be sat here shooting Spider Riders, etc. You just have to keep your Glade Guard back. You're going to have to screen them out, and you're going to have to try and see if you can win where you can. But he can't push forward too far, because he's only got 4 here up against 6 Skirmish Cavalry, including some Chariots. So it can be very, very difficult. More hits into the Sisters at 820. I'm not too sure what their total health is. Yeah, so they're going to have to drop below 456 health there before, or maybe 457 more than likely, before they're going to start getting any of that. So they're going to have to get another big hit here. They're going to be 820. So they're going to drop about another 400 health before they're in range for Conjoined Destiny. But that 1,820 health, that can continuously keep popping as long as they do stay alive for over 30 seconds underneath that 10% hit point pool. Couple of hits here onto Grom. Grom certainly took a bit of a punching there. A couple of hundred of health worth of damage there, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, Grom certainly took some punching. It was about 600, so pretty decent there. Starfire Shaft still going to be shooting in the back here. They're going to be just ripping apart these Goblin Forest Spider Riders. They've only lost 2 models here, and they're pretty decent actually. I think they're some of the best skirmish cavalry in the game, even currently with their cost increase. Looks like we either got an Earthblight. I think we certainly got a Conjoined Destiny there. I'm sure of it. But as you can see, the Sisters have taken a bit of a punishment here. They're certainly going to be struggling. I want to see them shoot the Orc Shaman. She's been trying to shoot up against Grom. I'd actually, yeah, there we go. That's a nice big hit. Push that Orc Shaman back. Do not allow that Orc Shaman to come in. That extra 25% damage with the armor piercing now coming up against the Stone Trolls, thanks to the they do have regeneration, so that fire magic will do extra damage over time. And that 70 armor is really actually not too much, considering we've also got armor piercing as well from the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. It's super good, super good. Here in the back, though, I think actually we moved the Forest Goblin Spider Riders onto the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts, and we're starting to clear those up. But it's like we're just going to be pushing into the pocket and stopping that fire in the front. We can see we've actually already broken some Stone Trolls. Moving in are going to be the Orc Boys, and there's not really enough front line here to hold back. Moving in here with the Blue Boys, we are going to have the Stone Trolls just whacking apart here up against the Glade Riders, taking out Dryads as well. They've only got 60 armor, they do have fear, but that's not really going to aid either. Breath Attack here is going down on the Stone Trolls, and maybe catching the back end of Grom de Paunch as well. In the middle, we are going to have the Orc Shaman, this one here being the one with the Gaze. And it looks like there we actually had the Eagle Quiver shot at, I think, Grom, but it looked like a miss. In the middle here, we are going to have the Branch Wraith fighting up against some Spider Riders. Or, in fact, actually, Goblin Wolf Rider Chariots. Only 4 models left, 1.2k health. They're certainly going to be struggling. We have some more here fighting up against the No, they're not anti-large. They're actually going to be the Starfire Shafts. What sort of combat are we talking here? 20 melee attack, 27 melee defense. Not huge, not great. And looks like we've already shattered one of the Stone Trolls. Nice work there from the big man himself. Tankin's going to be struggling. Balance of power is going to be in the Greenskin favour, and I think this is the one that they can certainly struggle with if the Greenskins know what they're doing. And certainly when it comes to sea, that we have some Stone Trolls really punching through that line. We take out the Branch Wraith, we will lose. Balance of power is going to be heavily favoured here on top of the Sisters. They could really do with some of that healing. Big shots into Grom, could try to flip Balance of power here. But it looks like here, unfortunately, the heroes are going to be a little bit too strong at this moment. Shooting in the sky are going to be the Death Creepers and all the crew in the back with those sneaky spiders. But we could see a gorgeous pendulum here. Now that is a pendulum to be proud of. That's a nice pendulum there in the pocket. Unfortunately, these Stone Trolls aren't going to be punching apart. That is going to be Balance of Power, I think. Yep, there we go. That is going to be Army losses. GG's well played. GG's well played. How we doing? How we doing, Doctor? How we doing? Don't you need to have a certain DLCs to play? No, you can play Vermintide without any DLCs. Just buy the game and you can play it standard. But yeah, for me, when I'm going to be playing on my stream, I will be playing probably some of them. I have all the DLCs. A very kind supporter donated all of the content for Vermintide to me, so I'll be playing probably most of the maps. But if anybody does join that doesn't have the DLCs, then of course we'll see. How we doing, Hammond? How we doing, my friend? How we doing? Well, Quack, Mr. Blackthorn, how are we? Muckluck, how are we? And Dactor, how are we going? I'm sure you're waking here for the semi-final. My son thinks that orcs are going to win because they are the biggest and meanest. They are the biggest and meanest. Right, let's have a look. So we have 1.5k here for the Sisters of Twilight, 340 as well for the Branch Wraith, 240, 160 as well here for the Eternal Guard Shields, and for the Dryads, 344, 100, 200, 120, and 265, 625, 600, 577, 130, and 530 for the Starfire Shafts. 86, 57, and 244 for the Glade Rider Spears. I thought there were 4. Perhaps I was wrong. Alright, so 130 here for Grom the Paunch. Not too much done from him, but 2,890 damage value for the Orc Shaman. That's why I do think actually shooting him from the beginning was more important. But this guy here single-handedly won the game. But as we can see, 500 here for the second Orc Shaman, a couple of Brainbusters there, I'm sure, doing quite well. 430 for the Gobbos, 480 with 320 for the Orc Boys. A lot of people say that they prefer Orc Boys over Goblins. I think, I mean, you just got to look at that value. I think that Gobbos do really, really well. I think Gobbos do really well for the Greenskins, and they're my picks for sure. Yeah, 200 as well. I really like them. But the 8-beat Loonies, 480. 480 there for the Spider Riders with 330. And here we got 766, 559, 528, and for the ROR 222. We've got 35 for 556 for the Goblin Wolf Chariots with 482, 750, 180, and 280 here for the Stone Trolls. GG's indeed. GG's indeed. So for game 2, let's have a look. What we got? We have Bloodpine Woods. I really like Bloodpine Woods. It has an element of competition that I really, really like. The map has a lot of ways you can play it. A lot of ways. I can't find it, but it has a lot of ways. Bloodpine Woods, there we go. So as you can see here, for those that haven't played this map too much, on the right-hand side, you can see that it's going to be a nice tree line here. And in the middle, so one thing you might not know, so the lighter the colour is here on the map in the right-hand side, the higher the ground is, the darker the lower it is. So you can see there's a nice little hill there in the middle, but on the other side, you've got a bit of tree line that you can certainly utilise, and you've got some high ground here on the back right. So you've got multiple different ways you can play this. You know, I saw a Lizardman game that sort of dominated this dark area here in the back left, as we try to put forward with the Skaven. But you know, there's many ways you can do this, and yeah, it's a fun map. It really is a fun map. Let's catch up with you guys. How are we all doing? Dacta, how did your games go today? I hope they went very well. I'm more excited for Darktide, though. Darktide is going to be really exciting, and when Darktide comes out, hopefully I have early access, and we'll be able to get in there, get nice in and early, and have some fun with it. I'm really excited for that. Right, let's update this scoreboard then, shall we? So we're going to be 1 here for Mr. Dark Phoenix. Very nice stuff indeed. So with the other semi-final, we will actually be... let's have a look here. What's going on? I can see that we have a notification. That's pretty cool. For those that don't know, Mr. Lawmaster Sotek did actually have an @ there on his Discord, saying, for those that are interested, here are the relevant links to the Warhammer Fantasy project in Minecraft. Very interesting. So it's called Warhammer Craft. There's a link there that you guys can join, and if you're a fan here of Minecraft and you're a fan of Warhammer as well, maybe that's something for you. They've gone pretty well. Yeah, nice, nice. I was watching some of Papra's games, and he had some fun games. He had some memes with the meme blade, and didn't quite go so well. Who are you playing up against in the semi-finals here? So you'll be playing up against either Gobbo Slayer or Rusky Player, otherwise known as Void Lols. Man brain needs coffee, indeed. I heard my name. Hey, Lawmaster, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing really well. Nice to see you here. Yes, I was here talking about your Discord. I saw that you were sharing that you were sharing about your Warhammer Fantasy project in Minecraft. So I was just telling the guys here, if they like Minecraft and if they like Warhammer, maybe this is a place for them to check. If you want, Lawmaster, feel free to go onto my Discord and at everybody and share that there. I'm sure there'll be lots that will be very interested. Yeah, it's going very well, thanks, friend. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, feel free to share that on there. I'm sure there'll be lots of people that love to get involved in that. All right, so it looks like we have Dark Vinny's. He's going to be picking Lizardmen, banning Skaven and Dowie. Okay, very nice. And looks like we have a Vampire Count return. Now, Vampire Count's very strong at the moment, but yes. Doing great, popping around, checking who's up to what. Yeah, so just going to be doing BattleMania today, my friend. Yeah, it's just my competitive tournament here on the channel. But yeah. What about you? Have you got any content yourself this evening? You got anything going on? Been loving your videos, by the way. I've been watching all of your lore stuff. Just like it's so good, the fact that I can just learn stuff that, or at least in depth, that I didn't know before. Alright, so we're ready. We're going to be playing on Bloodpine Woods. Let's hop into it. What about you, Mr. Lawmaster? What are you excited for Warhammer 3? I'd love to know what you're really excited for, because for myself personally, I'm really looking forward to Kislev. Kislev is something I'm really excited for. As a faction, I think it's going to be really fun to play. It's going to have some really nice lore elements to it as well. But yeah. I appreciate that, my dude. Hope your tournament's going well. Have a great day. You too, my friend. You too. You take care, and hopefully I'll see you around soon. All right, so let's have a look. And of course, you guys all know all the big things. If you don't know Lawmaster, go check him out. Massive YouTuber. I'm sure you guys do already, but great guy. Really, really nice guy. Go check him out. He's got content full of lore, full of awesome and fun gameplays, and all sorts of single-player content, and he does all sorts of stuff with Turin and all the big boys. He's a really nice guy. But here we can see Fox Sentinels in the sky with Pterodon Riders. Very good here indeed. I do like my Pterodon Riders. They're very fun. Saurus Warriors with shields. We can see in the middle here, we can see some more Saurus. We've got 3 Saurus, and we're going to be supporting the Star Chamber Guardians. Star Chamber Guardians, very nice with their Guardian ability, anti-large magic attacks, and of course all those extra bits and bobs. We are going to see the powerful Basiladon Arca Sotek, and flying high in the sky, we are going to see the double Coatl. Now this is something I have not seen before. Now, we are going to have the Lesser Chain Lightning and also the Thunderbolt on both of them. And, of course, they will have the Master of the Sacred Places, both causing terror. This is a very interesting play, I must admit. In the back, we are going to have the Slann of High. Now, he's going to be having Tempest, the Soul Quench, Apotheosis, and, of course, that Banishment and Shield of the Old Ones. Well, this is certainly a fun build. Also in the sky, we'll have a Skink Chief here with his Rock Drop, going to be naked otherwise, but this is a fun build from Mr. Phoenix. I have not seen a build like this before. So high in the sky, we are going to see the Vampire of Death. He will have Immortal Will and Spirit Leech. We'll have the Skeleton Warriors here dart along the front line with some zombies. Very good intermittent chaff here, so you can keep cycle charging there with these Vargolfs. Double Vargolfs in the middle with that regeneration. And looks like here we're going to have some Crypt Horrors dopping through the middle. Looks like we have the Necromancer here in, and he's going to be dotted in with some Graveguard Great Weapons, and of course Helman Gorst. Helman Gorst, the Cheesemeister himself, the greater of all extra cheeses. He's going to have the Lever Noctis, the Gaze of Nagash, Invocation of Nehek, and Awaken the Grave with Master of the Undead, the Reliquary of Corruption, the Unholy Lordstone, and Vigorous Mortis. Yeah, so going to be very good here. As you can see, flying over the top, we are going to have the Fox Sentinels maybe getting in and starting to smash here as well. Now, it all comes down to, can you protect Helman Gorst? And in this moment, I don't know if we can. I think he's going to be flying nice and high here in the sky. And yeah, you've got to be super careful here. It looks like we're going to be having the Pterodon Riders fighting up against the Vampire of Death. Now, this is a scary scenario. He's certainly going to be taking out models if you're not careful. Good melee attack here with 60. He can certainly poke and be pretty irritating. Now, you can see we have the Coatl fighting in combat. The Pterodon's running away. We need to get this Coatl in. But, of course, they're going to be very busy over here with Mr. Dark Phoenix. In the middle, we do have the build of the ages. This is a frontal box build if you ever saw one. Going to be trying to out-cheese the Cheesemeister. Now, we are going to be shooting here up against Helm and Gorse. We need to start moving over with the Felbat, start getting that protection from the Vampire of Death, because otherwise, your boy Helmund here he's going to be going down, and it's not going to be too comfortable. We are going to see a Necromancer as well on a Corpse Guard. 2 Corpse Guards are limited in this current competition due to being slightly overpowered. Now, it looks like we have managed to break. Oh, Tempest could be coming down. Yes. Tempest is there. Lovely. Now that is going to allow the Pterodon Riders to come away. That is going to slow the Felbats. That is going to kill the Felbats, but it's not going to do it for long enough, I don't think. Pterodon Riders, -9 leadership. We do have that fear as well for the Felbats. We do have fear here, so it's just going to be -9 there from damage, so they will be running away. Corn and Ice Cream, Legendary Lord. Yes, they look very cool, don't they? They do look very cool, Mr. Winterwolf. So up in the sky, we can see the Coatl here, still doing some work. We just need to try and see if we get some swoop animations here. Trying to see if we can remove some of the cheap and cheerful chaff here at the front. Up at the top, we can see the Vampire of Death here, just hitting into the Ski Chief. He's going to be flying away here. The Ski Chief is going to be poking and being a ginormous pain in the backside here, wherever he can. Now, I'd like to see him continuously poke into Helm and Gorse, because Helm and Gorse is going to be a problem when he does get in. Now, the whole idea now behind the Crypt Ghouls mixing in here with the Double Varghulfs is they're basically big bullies. They stop you from pushing in and taking out Helm and Gorse. Flying high in the sky, Coatl's still going to be protecting this force here, and just trying to make sure that this Slant takes alive. So this Slant is going to have some abilities. It does have Soul Quench, which I find to be particularly interesting. I think he's not too high off the floor, so having him with Soul Quench is unusual. Unusual to say the least, especially in such a build. In the front here, we can see the Archosotic ability going down. Doing some good damage in the middle. Charging here is going to be the Crypt Horrors and the Double Varghulfs. They are going to come in for a bit of an armor-piercing smash. And your boy here, the Bastillodon, does need to get away. He doesn't really want to be getting ramrodded here single-handedly on his own. This is where you could move it in, the Star Chamber Guardians, for a bit of assistance. But of course, they can't really leave the Slant on his own. Over here on the right-hand side, we can see Helm and Gorse mixing in with the Double Crypt Horrors. Shield of the Old Ones is going to get the protection of all of the force here. That is going to aid with that 20% physical, damage resistance, and that leadership. That's going to aid the entirety of the force. Here we have zombies fighting up against the Saurus Warriors, but overall holding pretty nicely, I would say. Holding pretty nicely indeed. Now, if we remove that chaff, we can keep the Star Chamber Guardians as healthy as possible. They can really rip apart these Varghulfs. Now, Coatls are not great at fighting up against Varghulfs. They're not very good indeed. One of the Varghulfs here is going to be hitting from behind here up against the Coatl. The Coatl's actually stuck on some of the Crypt Horrors. That is a problem. You need to keep clicking and getting this Coatl away. One of the Coatls is going to be on the floor. You can see damage is now going to be going on the Star Chamber Guardians as we do start to move through with Helm and Gorse. Now, Helm and Gorse is starting to show his backside. You've got to be careful here. Helm and Gorse is going to be coming up to his healing cap already. Looks like there is going to be a banishment in the middle pocket here. That's a pretty gorgeous banishment for sure. It's going to do lots of damage up against the Grave Guard. That's a gorgeous banishment. Lovely stuff. That's really going to clear out the chaff here on this right-hand side. As you can see, an overwhelming heavy flank on this right side to really try and cave in that weak side. But now, Saurus Warrior Shield still holding that left-hand pocket. You can certainly see them starting to move across soon and then start pushing out the Star Chambers. This way, they're not needed quite yet. So this is going to be Soul Quench. It is going to be Soul Quench. Soul Quench does punch into the back of Helm and Gorse. Not sure what resistance is. Only, oh, it does have a fire weakness. Okay, that's very interesting. Fire Leech Bowlers maybe could have been quite nice. Punching into the pocket though. Crypt Ghouls are coming in. Dance Macabre here to help fight up against the Star Chamber Guardians. But they do have that physical resistance here for the Slant Mage Priest. Now, just one more banishment here. A perfectly timed banishment could win it for the Lizardmen. Chain Lightning is going to aid in that front up against the zombies. Never seen Dance Macabre on zombies before, but giving them quite a bit of melee attack indeed. Coatls here are going to be fighting. I think just the Snipe and Helm and Gorse would be enough. Flying high is going to be the Vampire of Death. He's going to be trying to aid in this fight. He does have 60 melee attack after all, only 48 melee defense here for the Coatl, so we can certainly see some big hit rolls here from him. Looks like Chain Lightning is going to be helping. Shield of the Old Ones down, and it looks like here we have lost the Bastiladon, the Arca Sotek. Double Vargol is going to be helping in the middle, and it looks like Helm Gorst is going to be down to 3,100 health. And unfortunately, at this current moment, Helm Gorst is actually really healthy here for himself. He's used all the ammunition for the Folk Sentinels. I don't know if he used the rock drops yet, but both are going to be coming over here to snipe the Vampire of Death. That's a very good snipe. And here we go. Star Chamber Guardians are in. Now, we do have Apotheosis, I believe. Yes, we do. A couple of Apotheoses here could really aid in that fight, but pushing through the front is just going to be the Vargolf. He's just bullied his way through, and he's now going to be slapping up against the Slage. The Slar Mage is now probably going to go down here with a couple of big rolls from the Vargolf. We need to start getting the Coatl in the back with everything. They all need to come in the back and aid against the Vargolf. Balance of power here is going to be pulling into the Vampire Count favor. We are going to lose the Stunsman Graveguard at the front here. -7 leadership. They are going to be healing relatively quickly and not crumbling too fast. There's only 2 of them left anyway. Star Chamber Guardian is down to 3,200 health. 50 models still fighting here. Helm Gorst is going to be struggling. If we could take care of Helman, this battle could be doable, but we need to fight up against Helman. Helman's down to 2.4. We need to start getting these units in. The Skink Chief as well as the Folk Sentinels. They need to get in and really buffer out and see if you can protect here. See if you can protect your Slan. Slan's going to be pretty low. 3,100 for him. Melee defense is not huge either. 32. It's not bad. It's not good either. As you see, Banishment in the back. And Banishment is going to go away from the caster first, and then it is random. So unfortunately here, it has gone away, and then it has continued to go away. I think putting it a little bit more in the pocket here, and then it going out of it would have been better. But it looks like here, unfortunately, it's not going to do too much work here compared to the first one. In the middle of the Slar Mage Priest, he's going to be going down for sure. He's got double Vargolf action on him with some Crypt Horrors. There's not going to be a lot to protect him there, unfortunately, and that is going to be the game. GG's and well played. Get ghosted. I mean, you used to love Goresnake a bit, but I don't know if he's memey enough for you anymore. I just don't know if he's memey enough. But yes, GG, well played. So we've got 1,760 for Helm Gorst, 212 here for the Necromancer. We've got 1,400 for the Vampire of Death, 96, 35, with 69, 33, and 63 for the Zombies, with 190 and 206 for the Skeleton Warriors. We got 2,407 for the Graveguard, 405 for the Graveguard, with 476, 655, and 601 for the Crypt Horrors, with 1,790 and 984 for the Vargolfs, and the Felbats 103. And here, let's look at the High Mage. So 1,900 for the High Mage there with those nice banishments. 1,076 for the Bastiladon Arc of Sotek. 1,240 for the Skink Chief. He's so annoying in that sky with that poke. He can just continuously keep shooting, and he is a pain. 144 here for the Pterodon Riders. 1,771 for the Folk Sentinels. With 1,600 and 400 for the Coatls, with 858 for the Star Chamber Guardians, 500 here for the Saurus Warriors, and it looks like here it's 275 for the Saurus Warriors, and 630. Now, I still think the best way is high magic, and you still go a big dino. You go big floor dinos with just mass Temple Guard. I generally think that's the way to go forward in this matchup. VC are so weak. Indeed, indeed, indeed. They're terrible, aren't they, Chosen One? They are terrible. Terrible. Awful. Awful indeed. Really wish I was able to play today. No worries, Red Wedding Planner. There's always next week. Next week we'll be involved, and then obviously the week after that, we will have the invitationals, which will be really fun. Hopefully some of you guys can be there for that. Yeah, Gorse is clearly so bad that Tank choose to use him in the semis. Yeah, I mean, Gorse is very strong. Gorse used to be the meme meister himself, but I still look at Gorse and think, oh, what a meme. But he is so strong. He is so strong, without a doubt. So let's move through here. Tank is going to be getting a big dubski for himself, and we'll be moving through to game 3. Good game. So game map 3 is going to be Battle for Itza. Now this is a rare one that we don't see too often, but I actually really like this map. I know some people don't, but I really like it. Hey, how you doing, Plosky? Polski? Hopefully I said that right. Polski, hopefully. I do apologise if I pronounced that incorrectly. But I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here today. Also, guys, if you are enjoying this, we are in the semi-finals. This is going to be game 3 of the first semi-final, and the second semi-final will be Mr. ODM Daxter, a great and fun player himself, and it looks like he's going to be going up against the VM player, Mr. Void Lols, or otherwise known as Rusky Player. So that should be pretty fun as well. So if you are enjoying it, please feel free to smash that like button. It would really help. And also feel free to subscribe if you are new here. It really does help grow the channel. And of course, the further I grow, the more I can give, the more I can support, and the more I can put back into the community. As I'm really trying to put the maximum I can right now. Hey, Mikok, how you doing? Oh, sorry, I didn't change account. Oh, no problem at all. Great pronunciation. Oh, I'm glad. Logic, got a medical issue with my eyes. Had to sign up for the tournament when I'm not... Okay, yeah. Well, sorry to hear that, my friend. Sorry to hear that you're... Sorry to hear there's a problem. Hopefully it gets better quickly. I'm hoping to jump back in ASAP though. Awesome. Yeah, you just let me know and I'll get you involved, yeah. So welcome everybody. I hope you're all having a good time. So yeah, we've already seen here, we just saw the nice match, which is Lizardmen. Normally Lizardmen favored, I feel like. I still feel like Big Dinosaurs and Timberguard are the way to go in this matchup. But yeah, it was a nice build from Phoenix. It was different, for sure. So tank is Beastmen, Lizards, and Chaos. Ban Wood Elves. I believe, does he get 2 bans? I can't remember my rules on this one. No, bans 1, yes. Bans 1. What do you guys think? Do you think in round 3, do you think it should be pick 3 ban 1 or pick 3 ban 2? What's your thoughts? There you go. There's a little pick 2 ban 0, please. Oh, interesting. You think that's better, do you, Dactor? For a best of 3 or for a best of 5? I beg you, pick 2 and ban 0 is so superior. Okay, we can certainly give that a go. Yeah, for sure. I'll tell you what, Dactor, do me a favor. Send me that in Discord, because then I'll have a reminder of it. I'll go back into Discord once we finish this, and I'll go, yes, for the next one, we'll have it ready to go. Now, would you like that for... would you like that just for best of 3s, or would you like that for best of 1s? Yeah, I think in the best of 3, because you've already played 2 factions, I think banning 2 more at that point seems quite a bit. Now, if we are going to go Vampire Counts here, which is certainly something we could see, Chaos is a good one as well. You could ban Wood Elves. Sorry, you could ban Chaos and go Chaos. I've already seen greenskins here, so ban lizards, pick VC. Yeah, Beastmen is going to have to be, I think. Really? Ooh, this is juicy. Makes everything so much faster, plus it's more balanced. So you'd have that for everything. Just pick 2, ban none, and then obviously your opponent would pick 1, and then you would pick 1 of what's left. Yeah, is that correct? Perfect. Thank you for sending that to me, Doctor. The tie breaks and best ones. Perfect. Yep. We'll do. I'll have a chat. I'll have a brainstorm, and I'll see if we can get that in a tournament. I'll do a tournament throughout the week where we use that system. We'll do a King of the Hill. We'll use that. If it goes very well, then we'll use it for the next BattleMania. Yeah, for sure. So Chaos is an interesting one. This normally really heavily favors Vampire Counts. So this is interesting. This is interesting. At the very top level, I think this strongly favors Vampire Counts. One big counter is the boy himself. You can use Sigvald. Sigvald slaps most things. Unless you go in Kolek and you just want to thump everything to death. Unless you got like Kolek and a couple of big boys and you maybe just try and see if you can slam open the Vargolfs and then pop into the middle and just really just thump everything maybe. I'm not too sure the approach here. So Dactyl was saying there in the chat, CJ, that perhaps you should pick 2, ban none. So what happens is, let's say it's me against you, CJ. Let's say I pick Dowie and Greenskins. I then don't ban any. You then pick your faction to counter those 2. And then I pick 1 of what's left. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, Nick. But this one could be... I feel like this is not going to be mass kite, just because I know tank. I feel like this is going to be mass RNG. Chaos Sorcerer on Dragon, double Manticore with Halberd Box. That can win. That can win. But surely Graveguard Great Weapons just chew that through with Gorst. Surely Gorst and Great Weapons just really mow through that. 6 skirmish cavalry and leave. Yeah, I just don't think that's tank style of play. I just don't think it is. Maybe. It's possible. The map's not huge. This is certainly a small map. Certainly a small map. No, I'm not criticizing at all. Not criticizing. I think it's a great build. I just, I'm not too sure here for Mr. Tank. Well, the other one is you could go the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth method. That is another one as well that perhaps maybe you guys haven't seen too much, but I've certainly seen the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth method can work if you play it correctly. Dragon Ogres can certainly slap cheeks, that's for sure. Certainly punch apart some of those big boys. Tank likes his click and forget builds. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. You know, especially if your micro's not up there with the top people, but your builds are good and you have generally decent micro. Click and forget can be the way forward. There are a lot of people that play click and forget and do very well. I like my sturdier builds, I'll be honest. As in the WCC finals. People tend to prepare a lot versus Kite these days. Yeah, exactly. What do you think about Hex Wraiths in this matchup? Do you think Hex Wraiths could be something good? Because obviously they outspeed Skirmish Cavalry. And they're ethereal. Could you see them in this matchup? They've really struggled with magic. Of course, you could see a final transmutation just destroy their lives, but could you see that? I mean, I can certainly see that. I can see they're doing well here. I think there's many ways you can play this, actually. It's a fun matchup. It is a fun matchup. I'd say it pretty heavily favours Vampire Counts, though. If and G, how we doing? Aspiring champions show up here. Yeah, aspiring champions can... I'm not a fan of them, to be honest. I think they're okay, but I'm not sure I'm a fan of them. Chill guys are the only hex race I like, but Chaos bring flaming Sword of Ruin here. Yeah, in theory they should. In theory they should. Chill guys are very good. Good at slows. They can certainly be partnered quite nicely here. But yes, of course, Flaming Sword of Ruin could ruin their day. That's a good shout. That's a good shout. Yeah, I believe VM build has aspiring champions as infantry. VM builds tend to, they do fluctuate. They do fluctuate. A lot of these guys practice very often, and builds do change. You find a lot of them use very similar builds because, of course, they are a clan that work together a lot. So I think you could be seeing something different here from Tank because, of course, they know each other and they play very well together. So, you know, perhaps there could be some things thought about here. Alright, looks like we're ready. Let's hop into this. I see I just got a subscription for We Spar Rich, so thank you very much for the subscription, buddy. I don't know if you're watching now or you watched one of the videos, but thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That's really awesome. Alright, so yeah, quite a fun, nice map. I really do enjoy this map. It is a nice, pretty map, I must admit. It's pretty fun as well. As you can see over here in this corner, we can see we've got a bit of a high ground here. We can certainly utilise this to our advantage. But it's both on the same sides, right? We've got a bit of trees here, a bit of trees here. I think it's pretty balanced. I like this map. There's some fun elements about it for sure. Alright, so, oh my god, would you believe it? I called it! I called it! Alright, so in the front we are going to have some Chosen Great Weapons, mixing in with the Demon Spew Forsaken, Chosen Great Weapons, and some more Chosen Great Weapons. Marauder Horse Masters in the back, and we are going to see some Ogre Shaggoths. So we are going to see a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, we are going to see Kolic Sun Eater, and also the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal. Here he will have the Forbidden Rod and the Final Transmutation. Now that is a build. 333 units as well. God damn. 1,288 here for the boys. And we are going to see the Chill Guys Hex Wraiths. God damn it. So a couple of zombies here in the front. And we are going to see some Fellbats in the sky. Mixing in with some Skeleton Warriors. Skeleton Warriors. Some more Skeleton Warriors. And it's almost like I knew it. It's almost like I knew these bad boys were going to come. They are super cool, to be fair. Alright, we have some more Skeleton Warriors here in the pockets. And it looks like here we have some Black Knights. Black Knights. And the Mortis Engine, Manfred von Karstein with the Necromancer, double Necromancer. Okay, cool. Double Necromancer and Fellbats here with some more Crypt Ghouls. And of course, the Direwolves. I don't know if we have any extra Direwolves, perhaps. Maybe the Dire Pack? Yes, we do. New subscriber, Honeynut. Thank you very much, Honeynut. Thank you very much, my friend. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Logic 600 sub special when? Maybe I'll do a large 750 one. Would you guys like a smaller 600 or do you like a large 750? Oh, assuming I can make 750. I'm hoping I can make 750. That's not an assumption. Just if I make it to 750, which I hope to at some point. If we do, then how about a large 750? Or I could do one. I could do a 600 as a special. I can do a 600 special. I'll tell you what, I'll do a 600 special this week. I'll do a 600 special this week. Alright, so Direpack Wolves are going to be moving over here to the left-hand side. Chasing are going to be the Marauder Horsemen. The Horsemasters and Horsemen here. Just going to be getting some value here into the Direpack Wolves. Trying to see if they can kite off the fly. And also the Direpack Wolves. I do apologise. Looks like here, what is that, a Spirit Leech? Yep, Spirit Leech here from Manfred von Karstein. He was a little random Lord selection choice. Oh, Gaze and Agashin. Actually, for the majority, misses Kolek. That's very interesting. So in the sky, Manfred will have Spirit Leech, Leaf Lighting, Invocation, Erase the Dead, Master of the Dark Arts. And yeah, pretty good overall. I actually really like Manfred. I really like Manfred. These double wins here are very helpful. Looks like here we have the Rod, we also have Gaze, and we have the Rod as well there. So here in the middle we can see the Fellbats are going to be fighting, so are the zombies. I'm just going to be clearing them out here using Kolek. We're going to move in here on the Fellbats as well, try and see if we can just clear out the Fellbats from Dark Phoenix. The rest of his force is not moving too much right now. Moving in the back though is going to be the Direpack Wolves. Try to see if we can help clear out some of the chosen great weapons perhaps. Yep, nice cheeky rear charge there. Looks like the chosen great weapons are coming in. We should get put out from the doggos here any second. The doggos are now getting punched. They are getting punched hard and now they're leaving. Okay, so Fellbats are dying here in the middle. It looks like here some of the skeletons are dying pretty hard as well. But they're there to die, they're there to exhaust out this elite infantry. Demon Spear Forsaken are in the middle. They're just going to be waiting patiently here for their moment in the time. And charge from the Black Knights here from behind, I'm sure. And here we go. Now they come in. We have that poison and also that fly coming in for the negative 5 melee attack. Going to put them down to only 19, but of course they do get that bonus there from the charge. Forward comes the Marauder Horsemasters. Maybe see if we can get some nice firing action here into some of the Necromancers or start shooting some of the Crypt Horrors. Start taking them down nice and slowly here. In the back, here come the Chillgeists. Looks like they're going to move away, and here in the middle we are going to have the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. I'd like to see him a little bit more over here, sort of screening out the Chillgeists. Obviously that final transportation could be dirty here on top of them. But they're going to be maneuvering around in the back, trying to see if they can filter in any pocket here possible. But perhaps they are trying to bait out a final transportation, because of course you don't want it on the blob. You don't want it on the blob. Some of the zombies here in the front. Clearing out the chaff here on the side, and we have some Black Knights as well. Do apologise, I'm trying to stifle a yawn because for some reason I like to yawn when I cast. But Chosen Great Weapon's going to be thumping pretty hard back here up against the Black Knights. Yeah, they're actually going to carve down a couple of models here, doing pretty nicely. Kolek here in the middle is going to be getting shot actually by his Marauder Horseman, but now he's going to start moving forward. Can he slam here? He is going to slam straight into the Chillgeists. That's a nice big hit. You could hopefully take out a couple of models here. Try and do some good work, but in comes the Mortis Engine. That's going to start damaging everywhere. Actually, you would think it actually has a physical resistance, but it doesn't. It's not actually that ethereal. Even though it looks ethereal, unfortunately here it's actually not going to have any resistances at all, apart from even a weakness to fire magic, so you do actually have to be careful with that. Lord of the Storm here up against the Crypt Horrors. Crypt Horrors here with the Chillgeists getting absolutely destroyed in this middle pocket. Still 29 models. They're going to get healed here nicely. Crypt Horror is going to be pinning in Kolek as well. And here, big hits from the Dragon Ogre Shake off the anti-large boy here, coming in with a big swoop. Final transportation here could have been quite nice on that circle wise we were in, but it looks like that's not going to quite go down. Koenig here is going to be fighting in the front up against some Crypt Horrors. He's going to be getting that poison and armor piercing here up against him. But it seems to be one wave after another small wave after another small wave, where it looks like here, unfortunately, Crypt Horrors is going to be fighting a little bit solo. They don't have too much other infantry support, so they are going to be struggling here in the middle and getting hit pretty hard here from the full brunt of Kolek with Star Crusher. That's going to increase his splash damage. That's also going to increase his armor piercing. And now, here we go. That's a really nice spell. That's what we were waiting for. So here in the middle, as you can see, just lots of damage going down from the overcasted Final Transmutation. The only spell that is that expensive that can be overcast. In the middle, though, looks like the Demon Spew Forsaken have taken a bit of a punching, down to 1.7k health. And looks like the Chosen Great Weapons going pretty strong still, 5.4. And Kolek here is still going to be doing some nice work in the middle. True Ice Hex Wraiths, they're going to be okay. They're not super strong right now, but they're going to be given that nice slow area of effect as well from their chilling aura. Moving in are the Skeleton Warriors now. They're really going to struggle here against the armor piercing of the Chosen. Stand or Die will aid that nice melee defensive leadership. As you can see, near their healing cap is going to be the Chill Guys Hex Wraiths. Moving back and forward is going to be the Mortis Engine. To get that effect overall, he needs to be fighting in melee combat. So having him charging here up against the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Some big hits here, anti-large up against Manfred von Carstein. He's actually trapped in here. You've got to be careful. If he goes down, it's already GG's, I think. Okay, he is going to get away. That was scary there for Dark Phoenix for sure. Kolek is really coming for that push. He's not going to quite grab him, but we have pinned in the nice Chill Geists. We have the Chosen in. We have Lord of the Storm going down for that magic damage. That should really help finish them off for sure. In the middle, though, it looks like we do actually have the Mortis Engine still fighting, but this is where we're moving with Kolek. Kolek can now start moving on to the Necromancer, and start moving on to the Mortis Engine, really starting to remove these entities. But he's going to pull out pretty effectively here, considering we have great weapons in the middle with the Chosen. Dying is going to be the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal. He's actually going to be actually causing damage to himself there, trying to get more into magic. He can't be doing that too much, but he is going to get abused now by Manfred von Carstein. That is certainly a snipe there for sure. That is a big-ass snipe if you ever saw one. He's going to miss! No, he misses, and that's a bit of a shame. A little bit late there on that micro, but we will have another opportunity soon, I'm sure. Big hit coming through with the Mortis Engine. Look at that damage going down here. That Mortis Engine is certainly going to rack up some value. And here we go. Dragon Ogre is going to start punching. And as you can see, Dragon Ogre Shaggoth needs to keep pushing this way. Kolek needs to turn around and start fighting. Kolek needs to punch if he can. I don't think he's going to be able to before he breaks. Manfred comes in with a rear charge. Spirit Leech as well. Star Crusher Stand or Die is going to give him that added leadership. Can he get some big... Yes, and big punches goes through. That's some nice hits there indeed. In the middle here, we can see that we still have the Necromancer going strong. He's going to be getting more mana here for some of those Spirit Leeches. But Kolek is weak. He is going to rout. And it's going to be the Dragon Ogre trying to thump here up against Manfred von Carstein. Dragon Ogre in the back. Could we get perhaps the Chaos Sorcerer? No, he's going to be protected by the Direpath Wolves. This is scary. I think you've got to be careful here. This could be a Vampire Count win if you're not careful. Manfred von Carstein is going to move over. He's not going to push off Kolek. Kolek is going to come back. Nice sniper of the caster here. The caster is going to go down, but you are probably going to lose your Mortis Engine there for that. He's going to be only five. Has he got 5 leadership? I don't know how he's stable here. Maybe balance of power perhaps, but he is going to be going down. There we go. He is going to die, and now we start pressurizing Manfred von Carstein. We do have the Direpath Wolves in. They're going to be doing some really good armor piercing damage here up against the Dragon Ogre, and yeah, he's going to be going down. Kolek is in. Kolek is going to struggle here, unfortunately. He's going to be smashing up against the Crypt Torrents, but they have quite a few numbers still. Still 11 out of 12 models. They're going to be fighting pretty hard. Kolek is trying to run away, but some big hits is going to break him. So it's now going to be the Chosen Great Weapons here left just fighting. Skeleton Warriors are going to deplete, and it's just going to be the Necromancers and the Crypt Horrors versus the world. They do have regeneration, so you really want to keep the pressure on here with the Chosen Great Weapons. Doggos are certainly going to die in the background as well, but we still have some Demon Spew Forsaken. Running away is going to be Kolek. 1 leadership, so he will come back here if you're not careful. Direpath Wolves are going to be dying, though. Those Doggos are certainly going to be falling. They might even die before Kolek gets away. If Kolek comes back, that's a big dubski. If he doesn't come back, we have a problem. So die pack walls here, down to 55. They're losing models rapidly here. -9 here for Kolek. And there you go, they do die. So he's -4. Can he stabilize? I don't know if he can stabilize. Exhaustion is going to be the problem. Oh, 0 leadership. We could get him back here. We could get him back. Over here, though, looks like the great weapons are going to be moving in on the Necromancer. We are losing the Crypt Horrors. I think this could be a win here for the Chaos. Got to be careful, though. If he does leave the battlefield, oh, I would not have stopped that chase. I would not have stopped that chase, because if he now comes back, you're now gonna you now won't be losing that -16 leadership. Great weapons are going to be smashing apart the Necromancers here. Running away are going to be the Crypt Horrors. The Crypt Horrors running away will allow that regeneration to come through. I don't know. I think they kind of need to fight here. Is he going to come back is the question. I don't think he did. No, he fled. Okay, so he fled. So we now need to start moving in with Manfred. The problem with Manfred is going to be the fact that he can't really fight in this duel. There's too much armor piercing here. We do actually have a summon of zombies. Skeleton Warrior, so he overcasted and did damage to himself. That's very interesting. Looks like we have broken the Chosen great weapons here. We just have 1 unit of Chosen left. This Chosen should come back. The Crypt Horrors are dying. -12 leadership. They will fall down here. Manfred is going to be chasing, though. Manfred kind of needs to chase, but kind of can't afford to chase here, I don't think. We have lost the Crypt Horrors. With the Chosen, you just need to keep fighting. Nice rear charge. That's going to be -14 leadership. I don't know, though. If we kill one of the Necromancers, this game's back on. But we need to start getting these Chosen back in. They're up to 21 leadership. They should be coming back by now. I think the Chosen are going to break here, and I think we're going to lose this. It's really difficult to say. These Chosen, yeah, that is balance of power. Ah, that sucks. That sucks. I think he should have won there. I think if balance of power didn't kick in, he would have won. God damn, that's a battle. Evening, Mr. Subnova. How are we? Theo, how we doing? How we doing? Hope we're doing very well. That is a shame. That is a shame. 2,430 for Kolek Sun Eater, 2,330 for the Dragon Ogre Shagoth, with 1,800 for the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal, 1,468 for the Chosen Great Weapons, with 1,360 for the Great Weapons, 351 kills for 1.1 for the Demon Spew Forsaken, with 1,700 for the Chosen Great Weapons, 730 here for the Marauder Horseman, and 340 for the Marauder Horseman. Damn, that was close. That was close. That was damn close. Manfred, 1,545, with it looks like 480 for the Necromancer, with 566 here for the second one as well. 38, 18, and 59 for the Zombies. 186, 123, 236. 158, 281, and 175 for the Skeletons. And here for the Black Knights, we've got 260. 1.1k here for the Chillgeists, with 61 and 25 for the Fellbats, with 200 and 1.1 here for the Diapat Wolves. 624 and 950 for the Crypt Horrors, with 2,155 for the Mortis Engine. I think a little bit more priority here on this Mortis Engine. Perhaps could have won the game. But still very close. I think this build should have won. It's a very strong build indeed. That is a very strong build. Stupid bug transmutation. It increased. Oh, okay. It was a super close game. Quack, Mr. Robert Duck War, how you doing? Our host, actor. Yeah, our host, mate. Our host. How you doing, Mr. Robert Duck War? How you doing, Joe Mama? How you doing? Joe Mama? I like it. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Alright, see you in the final, Mr. Dark. I said Drac Phoenix. Mr. Dark Phoenix. Right, I'm just going to kick you, gents, but thank you very much for playing. Thank you very much, Tank. It's always awesome to have you here in the tournament. But we are now going to move into ODM, Mr. Dacta, and also Mr. Void Lols. Dacta, I think I have you added, but... Well, there you are. There you are. I'm sure I've got Mr. Void Lols in here as well. Mr. Voidy. There we go. McRightface, how we doing? Midikins as well. Big Quacks, how we doing? Crypto? Oh, actually, I like that name, Crypto. Actually, when I played competitive Call of Duty, Crypto was my name for my very first tournament. Crypto was actually my name before I became Logic in the competitive Call of Duty scene. Logic, has Joe messaged you yet? Has Joe has not messaged me yet. Joe Mama has not messaged me. It is a stupid thing that if the caster routes, even if transportation is cast, it stops doing damage. Oh, I see. And we'll waste all winter magic. Oh, okay, yeah, there's a lot of bugs at the moment. There's a lot of stupid bugs at the moment. That is frustrating, though. Tank, that is frustrating. Alright, so welcome. How are we all doing? We are now going to start with the Oaken Hammer, I believe. Yes, Oaken Hammer. Yes, Oaken Hammer. I'll pick Wood Elves, ban Tomb Kings and Wood Elves. Interesting on the Tomb King ban there. Okay. Obviously, Dax are probably one of the best Wood Elf players in the game. Interesting on the Tomb King ban. I would have thought maybe something like Empire would have come up, but of course, a man of this caliber certainly would have known what to ban. But you know, good to learn for myself. Good to learn. Loved your Lizardmen vs Beastmen game. Awesome, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Total War Warhammer 2 having bugs. No, we don't call it bugs here. What we actually call it is we call it extra content. That's what we like to call it. Mr. Real Human Being, how are we? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Candace as well. Candace as well, my friend. You won't catch me with that one. Where's Joe been? Joe Mama? Where'd your mama been? What are you guys excited to see today? What games are you looking forward to? Lizardmen here up against the Wood Elves. Now this is predominantly Lizardmen favoured, but it should be interesting. I think this is a pretty close affair. Let's see what you guys win. Hey, how we doing? How we doing, Mass? How we doing well? Nice to see you here again. Hope you're having a great day. I remember my favourite. Which is your favourite, Maddykins? I don't think it's a good matchup for Dowie. I think Lizardman. I think Wood Elves vs Dowie is Lizardman. I think Wood Elves vs Dowie is Wood Elf favoured, and pretty convincingly as well. Like it's not even like a small. I think it's pretty Wood Elf favoured. Doing good, thank you, mate. Yeah, no problem. I hope you're you've been playing much more Hammer today, or not really, Mr. Mass. But yeah, CJ, I'd say the Wood Elf versus Dowie is Wood Elf favoured. Especially at this level of the game. At the top level of the game, it is pretty strongly Wood Elf favoured. It is very difficult. The additional content was great. You've got to love the additional content for Total Warhammer. 0 Ghost, 0 cooldown, Flaming Skull. Excellent content. Indeed, indeed. Alright. So we're going to be playing on Oak and Hammer. We're then going to be playing on Bloodpine Woods. And then we'll be finishing off with a battle for Itza. So it looks like Mr. Doctor is ready. I don't know what GJC stands for. I'd like to know. Lost Silver Knights and Mass Archer Kites is tough for Dowie. Yep, that is tough. Was expecting you to say the opposite logic. No. It is Wood Elf favoured. I actually went through it with a couple of guys on the Discord the other day. Like, Lost Silver Knights and mass skirmish, even foot range skirmish is almost impossible for the Dowie to deal with. And the same could be said as well for, like, if you go full push, if you go full rush. Because the problem with the Dowie is the Dowie have to expect everything and prepare for everything. But if you do that, you lose. If they go full push and you've prepared for a range kite, you lose. If they've gone full kite and you've prepared for full rush, you lose. As the Dowie, you have to guess it correctly and you have to build for it correctly. You just have to go, do you know what? I'm just going to guess. Just going to guess. I'm going to see how it goes. And that's it, pretty much. And the Wood Elves determine whether they win or lose the game. It's a massive dice roll, and either way, they're favoured anyway. Dwarves are small, so arrows go over them. Boom. 100%. 100%. I don't know how I could disagree with that logic. I'm with you, Joe Mama. I'm with you. I don't like how this is played in the meta. Yeah, I think in the meta, if you play pure meta game here, I don't think Wood Elves can really compete. Wood Elves have got to think they've got to think outside the box to win this matchup, I think. So yeah, I can have a pretty nice map. You can see there's going to be tiny bits of terrain here. Nothing too much. You've got some hills here. Tiny bit of trees in the middle, some trees in the back. Some trees over here as well. This side probably favours the Wood Elves, and that is going to be the side they slightly start on. You can see they have more access to the trees here. And they also have some trees behind them that they can utilise, but defensively, this side is certainly better. You've got a hill on that right-hand side, a hill here on the left-hand side, and some trees in behind for some nice pushes. Hey, how you doing, Criminal? For those guys that don't know her, she plays Vermintide. Lovely lady indeed. So we have some javelins here at the front, here for the nice Lizardmen. We're also going to have some Source Warriors, 3 units, and we're going to have 4 of the Chameleon Stalkers, mixing in with some Skink Cohorts, and so we are going to have a Beastcaster with Transformation of Kudon, and also Flock of Doom, and Oxyotl here with the Master Predator. Look at him. What a beast. What an absolute beast. Alright, so over here on the right, we're going to have some more Javos. Looks like we're going to go a mix of 2 core here on either side. So we're going to have 8 on either flank. We're also going to have some Chameleon Skinks. And looks like here 2 units of the Cold One Riders. Yeah, pretty wide build indeed. Looking pretty meta here today. And yeah, pretty similar here for Dacta. Dacta's going to be having a front line of 5 units of the cheap Eternal Guards with shields. And looks like we are going to be having Drycha. Drycha's going to be moving. Let's have a look at Drycha. So Drycha here, she will have her Rouse to Rouse, Pendulum, and Enfeebling Foe. Rouse to Wrath is a very good spell there for that summon. Starfire Shafts in the pocket, there's like 5 units here, I think. And Dryats here, so making quite a nice build here. It's a little bit of a box with some Glade Rider Spears in behind 3 units. And just a single unit of the Blade Singers. Ooh. Now, Blade Singers will carve most things in the game. Shot on the front here, it looks like we are going to get Oxyotl being the nuisance that he is. Poison shots. Very interesting that they can shoot him. It looks like Master Predator has been used now. Shots here. I'd like to see him shooting up against Drycha. He has some pretty good armor piercing. 531 armor piercing and poison. He doesn't have his ability, but it looks like he's just going to be shooting the front line at the moment. Not too much going after Drycha. But what else are moving forward? I'll keep an eye on this, but Void can't just shoot with Oxyotl. He needs to shoot with the Chameleon Skinks as well. Now, he is moving around the flank. Now, this is sort of the movement phase. So, I'm going to allow him to kite a little bit whilst he moves his force, as long as he has a progression of attack. So, So I will monitor it closely, but there has to be a progression of attack. Yep, so now he's going to be coming forward here with the Chameleon Skinks. Shots here into Drycha. Drycha's pretty tanky. She's got 80 armor. She's doing pretty well here. Shots here into the Skinky Boys, though. Looks like we do actually have a Ferromanticore now relatively early summoned, I think. I think perhaps a little bit more engagement here first before you get the Manticore in might have been a little bit better, but looks like he is going to start moving in. We can now start focusing force and start getting in the Dryad to try and pin it in with some mass. Chameleon Stalkers now coming in the back, blasting charges here with the fire damage moving into the Dryads. They do actually have that fire weakness. They're going to go into combat here. A little bit of a miss micro there from Void Lols. Not going to be quite getting that true value there for the Chameleon Stalkers. That's a bit of a micro mistake there. And it looks like here we have the Javos. Javos going to be firing here into the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. That's perfect micro. And now they're going to move into the Eternal Guards with shields. In the back, the Cold Riders are going to be protecting this right-hand flank, and now we are moving in correctly. As we can see here, the Cold One Knights just going to be coming around the back to try and take out the Glade Guard Spears, with some nice poison arrows moving into the front, trying to see if we can just get into the backside of these nice Starfire Shafts. Manticore is going to be in the middle. He is going to terrify one unit of the Starfire Shafts. The second should move away over into this direction. At the moment, trying to see if we can get some of these poison arrow Hagbane tips here onto the Feral Cold One. Sorry, the Feral Cold One on top of the Feral Manticore. Drycha is trying to come back into the pocket, trying to see if she can aid. Looks like Manticore is going to start running out of its time. It should die there pretty quickly. As you can see, it's starting to turn pretty orange here. In the middle, though, we are going to start moving in with the Skink Javelins. They're going to get charged here by the nice Cav. These spears going to do some pretty nice work. Hey, how we doing, Krykerin? How we doing well, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. As you see, Flock of Doom, nice healing here in the pocket. We can see it's just a normal cast. And it's like we have an Oak of Ages here, just doing some good damage in the middle. Charging in the back, Cold One Riders, hopefully trying to get some rear charges here. I don't think you can continuously charge up against Blade Singers. I don't know if you're going to get the same sort of value. I think that's a miscast. That's an unfortunate miscast there in from Mr. ODM. Oh no, actually that's a miscast. No, that is a ODM miscast, yeah. Apologies. Looks like here some Glade Riders and some Dryads going to be left out there on the flank. We have a couple of units here dotted around, but we still have this middle core pocket holding strong. But now starting to move in, we are going to get in the Chameleon Stalkers. They're going to be moving in and just shutting down the Starfire Shafts and also some Chameleon Skinks as well for that poke. To help blockade, we are going to have the Eternal Guards with shields. And over here, pretty healthy, we are going to have Oxyotl. He's going to be poking here up against Drycha for sure. And we're trying to get in up against the Blade Singers as well. Moving into the backside is going to be the Dryads, and the Dryads are going to try and expose Oxyotl. Try and see if we can shut him down and get some good punch as well. Try and get some damage and bring back this balance of power. Over the battlefield, you can see a bunch of green. You can see circled here is going to be the Lizardmen. They've done really well in doing so as well. Internal Guards need to come back to the front line to aid. They can't really afford to chase off too much because, of course, we do have the Cold One Riders in the back. Starfire Shafts are super vulnerable right now. A charge here from Void to clean them up, which it looks like that's what he's going to do. That's going to be very effective there. In the middle, very damaged is going to be the Cold One Riders. We don't really want to get charged here by the Eternal Guard shields. They're certainly going to get poked in on combat. They're not too fast, so they're not going to be able to run away too quickly. But here in the back, we are going to have some Chameleon Stalkers now starting to come back into the fixture. Rampaging are going to be the Saurus Warriors. And here, Blade Singers now are going to be just chewing apart Skink cohorts. In the back, though, it looks like we do have Saurus beating apart the Dryads, doing some nice work there in the middle, as well as some Saurus fighting against Dryads at the top. We are going to have Oxyotl, who did manage to get away, but he's still going to be shooting here into these Blade Singers. Keeping those Blade Singers alive and healthy is going to be really important here for the Lizardmen. Sorry, for the Wood Elves. Drycha, overcasted Flock of Doom going down on her and the crew. Looks like it's going to be hitting the Eternal Guard shields, also hitting the Starfire Shafts. Balance of power starting to come back to middle, though. So it looks like here Void is starting to pull back the balance of power here with the Lizardmen. Starting to clean out that middle pocket. What are we going to get here? We're going to get, it looks like, yes, there we go. We're going to be carving apart the Chameleon Stalkers. They got some pretty good damage up against them. We could actually break them indeed. And some good push out using the Eternal Guards. Really screening out, really trying to protect the routing Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. And just like here in the middle, we also have some Eternal Guards. They just need to stay tight and hold this middle pocket. We're looking at a bit of a Lord of the Rings ending here, as they're trying to stop from all flanks from all sides. But fighting in the middle, Dryads here now up against the Skin Cohort Javelins. They should be able to chew apart pretty quickly there. And it looks like here we are going to be able to Saurus Warriors fighting up against the armor-piercing Eternal Guards. In the middle though, it looks like we have broken some of the cavalry. The Cold One Riders here with that 90 armor have been broken. And now we're going to be having Eternal Guards fighting up against Chameleon Stalkers. And just a couple in the back. I wouldn't mind a bit of pressure here on the Skink Priest of Beasts. Nice charge here from the Glade Rider Spears. This should help remove the Chameleon Stalkers. And another Flock of Doom going down. That should just be a normal one. That is going to be just a normal one. Looks like here the Master Predator himself, Mr. Oxyotl, going to be fighting up against Dryads here from Daxter, trying to help clean out there. And this is a really closely contested fight. Over in this backhand corner, we can see that some of the Lizardmen start to come back into it, but they're already wavering here before getting into combat. They're going to be pretty weak. Shattering here is going to be the Dryads, and we're now starting to get really low here on health, leadership, and ammunition. Looks like we have broken 2 of the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. I'd like to use these weak Cold One Riders to push them off, and also use the caster as well. Certainly don't want these Starfire Shafts coming back. Their armor piercing potential is very high. Here in the middle, looks like we have the Master Predator who is going to get pushed here, but we are going to start coming back in with the Saurus Warrior shields. Charge from both sides. This should favour the Lizard Boys here. Their big, thick mace clubs can really start smashing apart some of these trees, causing blisters. But over here in the back, we still have some Skin Cohorts. They can really do with getting in, using their speed. Their 46 speed can be very good, especially in the end game, for chasing off Starfire Shafts. As we can see here, some of the Starfire Shafts did come off, and that's where you can start seeing the problem of the Skink Priest not chasing. He's now going to get pushed here by the Glade Riders. He is very vulnerable. Shots, though, into the Skink Priest is not ideal. Certainly want to be shooting some more of those infantry for sure. Balance of power is going to be gently favouring the Wood Elves, but I think here there are some units coming back, but they are super weak on that leadership. They are super weak. Oxyotl is nowhere to be seen. He can sort of do with coming over here, aiding with some of that leadership, getting some of these guys back into combat, trying to help aid and keep them fighting. Unfortunately here, they're just going to keep breaking, and if they break enough times, they will shatter, so you do have to be careful. In the backside though, some nice work there for the Chameleon Stalkers, actually shattering 2 units of the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts, and that there is really, really ideal. Shutting down that range really removes the armor-piercing potential here for the remainders of the force. I think we've lost the Blade Singers, but we are going to have the fast Glade Guard here, now fighting up against Oxyotl. We do have Enfeebling Foe going down, reducing that melee stats, putting him down to just 21 melee defense, so he should be able to get picked apart here in the middle. Moving in, Skink Cohorts, also Javelins, and now the Saurus Warriors. We are going to pin him. We have actually shattered the Glade Riders. That's really interesting. As we can see, Oxyotl has broken. He's going down to 129 health, negative 34 leadership. And that's unfortunately there going to be pretty bad for the remainder of the game here from Mr. VM Void Lols. The only thing left is going to be the Skink Priest of Beasts. He's going to be the only one offering encourage here for the remainder of the forces. There should be a +4 leadership there, whilst he's just trying to aid against the rest of the Wood Elf force. We do have a very strong Dreicher, and I don't really see her going down here towards the end. You'd have to really bully her with the entirety of your force. Surround her, and but it doesn't look like Oxyotl's getting away. 54 speed, 43 here from Dreicher. He should be able to get away and come back, and then he can certainly try and snipe a little bit more. Blade Singers have been broken, 16 models left. We shattered a couple of units in the back here as well. This is super close. This is super close. It says it favours the leadership here from the Wood Elves, but I don't know if Dreicher is going to be enough to pick apart this force. What they want to do is they want to regroup, and then they want to push in this direction. A couple of units are going to come back. Blade Singers here, they are exhausted, they're wavering. Only 3 leadership. 1 leadership here for the Eternal Guards. Try and see if you can get these together and aid in the fighting. Maybe try and see if you can blockade some of the Skink Cohorts and try and get some more of these Eternal Guards back. Some Eternal Guards on the right-hand side, 10 models, they are back as well. But very good here. We do need to push off from the Oxyotl as well. This is going to be a really close game. Really, really close. Looks like we have actually shattered the Blade Singers. We have shattered the Eternal Guards. Balance power now is going to start coming back in towards the middle. We can see that the Eternal Guard shields are starting to move off the edge of the map. These were the healthier models. They have been caught, which is what's really nice about skin cohorts in the later game. 46 speed is very nice. The Stalkers here as well, 48 speed. It's a little bit nicer. Eternal Guard, they are going to just be breaking. There's not enough for them to come back at this point. They might as well just shatter, because they can't come back into combat at any point. Oxyosol has been pushed off, and that will be a negative 16 leadership here, faction-wide, until it does drop down to 8. I believe it's a strong duration of time. It's at least half a minute. But some of these might even break here from some of that negative. You can see Lord has fled. That is going to be some of them breaking, and maybe even some of them shattering at this point. So break, 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 break. And GG's well played. That will be a win there for Dacta. Hey, Caradog, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, valiant defeat here. So 1,043 damage value for Oxyotl, with 950 for the Skink Priest of Beasts, with 317. 150 here for the Skink Cohorts, with 440 for the Stalkers. 755, 513, and 1,088 for the Chameleon Stalkers. 150, 558, 890, and 613 for the Saurus Warrior Shields. We got 406 for the Javos, 138, 408, and 455 for the Javs, with 647 here for the Chameleon Skinks. 237 and 104 from the Cold One Riders that really did get hit hard here by the Starfire Shafts and Hagbane Tips. Oh yes, apologies. That should be VM Void. Dacta. Nice dubskis there in the beginning. But yes, for Drycha, 1,100 for herself, 400, 280, 588, and 504 here from the Dryads. From the Eternal Guards, 280, 494, 409, 538, and 460. We also got 171 kills, 1.3k for the Blade Singers, 408, 515, 117, 690, and 328, with 740, 516, and 410 for the Glade Guard Spears. Yes, the next one is Bloodpine Woods. Yeah, everything routed at the end there for both sides. Everything routed at the end for the Lizardmen, of course, because the Lord broke. Got to go cook, but I shall return. Yes, sir. Dacta a beast. Dacta is a beast. Dacta is a beast. Elifnar fires artillery, but is quite a kite lord. Yes, he is indeed, yeah. Also gives leadership penalties. Yes, he'll give more leadership penalty because he fires with artillery. Yeah, Lith also counts as one who counts as attacking. Yes, he does. He does. Anything that has artillery strikes count as attacking, even if they're single entities. Noclus on Colossal counts as attacking, yes, because he is an artillery piece. Totally agree, but I just want to get better in Banner Lord rules. Okay, yeah. How can you tell which Lord can and which can't? I saw somewhere the matchup was heavily dwarf favored. Did they change, or was I lied to? It used to be so before the Sisters. What was it? Before Throt the Unclean and the Sisters of Twilight came in. What was that? That was the something in the Unclean. I can't can't remember the DLC, but it used to be it was probably the worst matchup in the game, was the dwarves against wood elves. They all did magic damage. They had no way of armor piercing. They just struggled. But then bring in Great Stag Knights. You bring in the Lost Silver Knights. You bring the changes to the Starfire Shafts, where they used to do fire and magic damage. They now do fire and armor piercing and no magic damage. And then you have a different story. Then you have a very, very different story. And unfortunately, I think most people just feel like it's the same matchup, but it's not. It's not the same matchup. It is one I've played many times, and it is a tough one for sure. If he did not throw Oxy, it would have been an easy game. I don't think easy, but he would have won. I don't think it would have been an easy game, but he would have won. Yeah, throwing Oxy was painful. Throwing Oxy was painful. Vampire counts, ban Dark Elves and High Elves. Let's do it, bro. Vampire count. Oh my god. Well, neck-bit and bunnies, you got what you want. You got what you want. You have it here, and I don't know what else to say. But we have a game. So it looks like here, funny enough, and that just shows like how well of a Wood Elf player Dacta really is. I don't know if you guys, 75% of you thought that it was Lizardman favoured. Very interesting. Mr. Party Knife, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, playing a Vermintide 2 indeed. For those who don't know him, nice streamer there, who does all Vermintide stuff. He does videos, all sorts of fun things as well. So be free to go check him out there on YouTube. And go give a cheeky subscription and say hey from Logic. Let's do it. Let's do it, bro. Is this the dreaded mirror match? Yes, this is the dreaded mirror match. This is a mirror match of which I know very little about. Unfortunately, I am the opposite to a vampire count main. So, yes. I like my Empire. I like my Dowie. Well, obviously Dowie main, but I like my Empire and I like my Greenskins. That's me. I like my greeny boys. But it should be interesting. How this is going to play out, I really don't know. So in the VC mirror match, who is it best to go as? Let's have a look. How Hey Shiduku, how you doing? Nice to see you here, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Dark Phoenix, I have just some popcorn for this battle. Nice. Yeah. Go grab your drinks. Go grab your snacks. It's going to be an eventful one. It's going to be an eventful one. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well today. Saw you on Papra's stream. Well, it looks like we got both sides here. So we've got some big support for Void, and we got some big support for the ODM as well, which is always nice to see. I always like that. So there might be some others on there. If you have any other suggestions, like I'm not really a big player of the vampire counts, so do feel free to let me know if there's any other options on there. Because of course I can only include 4. So if you don't like any of them, don't vote on them, or vote on which one you think is the best. Or vote the one. I tell you what, vote the one you think is the best, and then tell me down below if you think there's one better. Anyways, go. I think this is the best of these 4, but then which one is better on top of that? So I think in general, at the moment, in the current meta, I do think that Gorst is the most powerful by a long way. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you say. Obviously, Bloodline Lords are very strong. They're very strong. Alright, so Vampire Counts up against Vampire Counts. Every caster's nightmare and every player's dream. Alright, so we are going to have some Blood Knights. These bad boys. I mean, you've got to admit, for someone who doesn't play Vampire Counts, I love Blood Knights. They are super cool units. But anti-large, bonus versus large, all the good stuff in general. Zombies in the front line, skeletons as well. Some chaff on chaff violence. Here with the double Vargos with that regeneration. And we are going to have a White King in the front. So one of the White Kings here will have Scab's Graith. And I'm sure we'll be having, yep, Helm Ghost here. And a double White King. So we're going to be having, I think, Helm Ghost. And I can't see what the other one is. Necromancer. Necromancer with Raise the Dead, Invocation of Nehek. Okay, this guy's been moved. There we go. Invocation of Nehek. The shield, the Scroll of Shielding, and it looks like that Dirty Rod of Corruption. He's going to be stroking that vigorously. We're going to have Helm Meme here as well. He will have the Liber Noctis. He'll also have the Magical Animus, Awakening of the Dead, the Master of the Dead, the Reliquary of Corruption, and the Unholy Lordstone. We'll see the double Vargolfs here. Pretty chaffy otherwise. I think it's just going to be some chaff on chaff violence. And then it looks like double Blood Knights in the back here from Dacta. High in the sky, we're going to see some Vargeists. The Devils of Schwarzenhafen. Also here with the Terragoose. Also with the Stroggy Vampire. And then some more Vargeists. Now that is a Sky Force if you ever saw one. That is revolting. That there is expensive. In the back here, we are going to have, though, it's like the Mortis Engine with the Necromancer, the double Necromancer here on a Corpse Cart. One here, the Forbidden Rod. One here with the Scroll of Shielding and Raise the Dead. Over here with this Necromancer, we are going to have the Forbidden Rod. And also like just a bunch of zombies, Skeleton Spears, and the Tithe. This is going to be a game. Vlad Daddy is all you need. How you doing, Nevermore? Hope you're doing well. No idea to be honest. I have no idea either. I have absolutely no idea. Although it does look like the Stroggy Vampire Lord did a dirty on Helm Ghost. Scroll of Shielding going down for him. Also looks like here we do have... He can't just breath attack though. He does have to attack. Now he is coming from the back corner. Oh, that's a big hit there on Helm Ghost. What's the Stroggy Vampire got on himself? He's got the Ghoul King. He also has the Claws of Morakain, the Opal Amulets, Power Stone, as well as Gaze of Nagash, Invocation of the Hex, Spirit Leech, the Death Shriek, and also the Curse of Undeath. This force must keep moving. Being that he is flying, that infantry cannot stop. It has to keep moving, but this is flying. If that keeps moving and then engages, perfectly fine. No problem with that. Spirit Leech here, another breath attack here on Helm Ghost. Helm Ghost is getting abused at this moment. Helm Ghost has absolutely no protection, and this is the problem. I think this is what wins the Vampire Count games is, and you can see the difference between somebody who likes playing Vampire Counts and then the Vampire Count main here from Mr. Void Lols. He is a very, very, very good Vampire Count player, and in general, what I've seen in these matchups is the Skyforce does dominate. It always dominates. Another gaze, and there we go. He is down. But the one problem you have here is if this infantry force goes down, which is very possible it might, these flying forces will have to come to the floor. They will have to come. How are we doing, Gwack? Sorry, buddy, I didn't see you there. How are we doing? I hope we're doing really well. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you've had some enjoyable Warhammer 2 games today. In the back though, looks like the Blood Knights are going to move around. They're going to try and get some good hits here on the Mortis Engine. Looks like we do actually have the Scroll of Shielding. That's 57 seconds. I can't see any reason why you'd never take that in this matchup, but still very strong. And this is why, when you have the Necromancer here, you take a multiple with different magical spells. Of course, if it was all there on the boy himself, we wouldn't have any more magic left. Breath attack in the middle here on the Vargol from Dacta. Scab Scream here in the middle, really going to clean out this force. Moving in to try and snipe out the Vargolfs are going to be the Stroggy, and also here with the Terragoose as well. You're going to have lots of armor piercing here from the Vargeists. They're going to move in and do some really, really nice work. Going to start blocking out some of the chaff here on the right-hand side. Here in the middle, it's almost impossible to tell what's going on. We can see some Vargolfs here are going to be fighting. One Terragoose going out to the left, one Terragoose here on the right, and we still have this fighting in the middle. We can see the flying are going to move in here. We can see though that we still have some Vargeists doing some nice work. Terragoose is going to do some nice damage in the middle as well. Those poison melee attacks are super strong. One of the Vargolfs is going to be struggling. Overcasted Invocation of the Heck in the middle to heal all of these entities in a 40-meter radius. And it looks like here the Necromancer Forbidden Rod going to go down for that extra mana as well. Banners of Power here is going to be pushing the Vampire count favor for Mr. VM Void Lols, but not too much just yet. Now if we can snipe out the Mortis Engine here, we could look pretty strong, but if we don't start doing that soon, it is going to become a problem. Another breath attack here, going to go down onto the Vargolf. Nice breath attack here indeed. He is going to swoop down and try and fight as well. Big hit there. Very nice big hit. Another big hit coming through. But we do have the Vargolf in behind. There will be only 30% melee defense here for the Terragoose as he does get thwacked from behind. But we do have some Blood Knights in to aid with that conquest as well. A charge down here from the Vargeist. They'll be able to move in and do some good damage. As we can see here, the Vargolf is going to be doing some hits in the back. Nice armor piercing. They have very good hitting animations. They're very fast indeed. Stroggy Ghoul, really healthy. He's looking pretty strong here towards the mid stages of this game. And so here is going to be the Mortis Engine. He's doing some really nice work in the middle. He's going to be fighting here up against the Necromancer. Necromancer on Necromancer fighting here. We need to get in on this. Corpse Cart on Corpse Cart action in here. As we can see, just grinding up against each other. Necromancer summoning on top, throwing dead bodies at each other. Despicable work here in the middle. As we can see here, it looks like the Necromancer here is going to be struggling from Dacta. And here we can see the Mortis Engine still extremely healthy. One Vargolf is going to be alive with those Blood Knights. Blood Knights aren't going to be reaching their healing cap, however. But I've actually seen where the other Blood Knights are. I can see one Blood Knight in here. I can't see the other Blood Knights though. It's so hard to tell what's going on here. There is so much chaff. All I know is it's looking like it's going to be favouring pretty heavily to VM Void Lols. We still have that. I don't know how that Necromancer is doing quite so well in there, but it looks like we are going to have a Terragoose here trying to fight up against the Vargolf. The Mortis Engine is getting punished a little bit as well. He's going to be really trying to hit hard on that Mortis Engine and the Blood Knights as well. I think this is the key target to take down. The Mortis Engine is something seriously dangerous. Moving away, though, is going to be Stroggy Ghoul King. He's going to get some really nice charge animations continuously going through, hitting, pulling out, and getting some nice value here for sure. He charges there up against the Vargolf. Vargolf is going to be breaking some big damage going down on him. Terragoose and also the Stroggy in with the Blood Knights in to assist. Blood Knight's going to really be trying to hold the line here up against the Vargolf. Balance of power now really heavily in Void's favour. We can see that Claws of Moracane going down, that 50% plus armor piercing. Not too helpful here up against the Vargolf, but obviously can really help extra punch through. There should be some nice damage. We also have actually the Tasty Boys in there. I actually forgot the double White Kings are in here from Dacta as well. White Kings could do some nice hitting for sure. It looks like here the Necromancer going to be doing some dirty work in the middle. I have no idea how he's held on this long. His melee defense is certainly only 33. So I have absolutely no idea how he's standing so long. Yeah, she has 33 melee attack as well. That's really surprising. Don't know if that should be surprising, but that is surprising. As you can see, Terrageists here in the middle. They are going to be damaged. They are going to get damaged here pretty heavily. They're taking a bit of a brunt here for sure. And it's hard to say. Terragoose is also wavering. Vargolf has gone down. Blood Knights will slowly follow. Negative 20 leadership. They will be dying pretty quickly here. And they are at healing count, so Invocation of the Heck is not going to help. A little bit of an Invocation here could help the side of Dacta. Really try and filter in this force. But it is... I think I need to take this off because I really can't see what's going on. So it looks like here... It's just a mess. It is just a goddamn mess in here. It looks like there's still going to be more Necromancer and Necromancer damage with some Stroggies in behind. They should be able to... Once that Necromancer goes down, it's GG's, I think. Now, Necromancer there is holding on for dear life. -4. He's getting big hits here as well. -17 leadership. 520 health. Now down to 480. Still healing. He still has more healing cap to go through. Invocation could be quite nice in himself, just to keep him going longer. But the zombies and the skeletons are going to be fighting. Opal Amulets on for the Stroggy Vampire Lord. 380 here. Terror Goose in, doing some nice big damage as well. Yeah, it's just going to be zombies and skeletons left here. Necromancer, 300 of him, -46. Not quite shattered yet, but still going to be doing some damage up against the Terror Goose. 260, 240, 230. Yeah, there we go, shatter, and that is going to be army losses. GG's, well played, and a big win here. A big win from Void. Mana Fox, how are we? Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing well. Think about the amount of hours try-harding it. Imagine being a VC Mirror expert. VC Mirror is a hard game to play. I joined the stream to... What the fresh hell is this? Indeed, Pokerilla. This was a nice to see you here, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is fresh hell. This is fresh hell. You can walk it, pretty sure. Is it mandatory that the infantry moves at full speed in these circumstances? They have to walk with purpose. So as long as I can see that they are walking in the correct direction, they are aiming to go for the enemy forces, and they're not trying to prevent melee engagement, I'm okay. As we can see here, 0 value for Helm and Gorst. We got 900 though for the Necromancer, strong choice, with 970 for the White King for 86 kills, 140, 55 with 180, 56, and 250 for the zombies. You've never seen quite so much in your life. But as we can see here, 327, 396, with also 620 and 360 for the Skeleton Warriors, and for the Spears, 290. 240 kills, 789 for the Stonesman Graveguard, with the Blood Knights with 617 and 2,385. We've got 361 and 2,023 from the Vargolfs of Dacta. And really well played, and a beautiful build here from Void, I must say. 3,476 for the Stroggy Vampire Lord, with 908 and 556 from the Necromancer, with 34, 54, 39, 35 and 124, with 545 here for the Skeleton Spearman, 706, 907, 759 from the Devils of Svashtahafen, with also 2,663 from the Terror Goose, and 2,657 from the Mortis Engine that actually gained a silver chevron. God damn. God damn, that was a game. GG, fun one. I don't know if you mean that. I don't know if you mean that, Quack. If you mean that, I actually kind of low-key enjoyed that. Actually, that was kind of like really interesting. Thus saying bone tired. So the last map here is going to be. Let's find it. What are we on? Oh yes, Battle for Itza. But yeah, how are we all doing today? Hope we're all doing very well. See a bunch of you joining in. How are we doing, Peter? Hope we're doing well. The heck does not heal everyone in a radius, though. It does if you overcast it. Yes, it does, Peter. It will heal 4 entities of the most value in a 40-meter radius. Imagine being a VC mirror expert. Imagine. The 0 value Gorse, this is a fallen world with no sense of justice. How you doing, Parkman? I hope you're doing well. Guys, if you are enjoying this as well, please feel free to smash that like button. I don't know if it says too much, but of course it is kind of my job. But if you are enjoying it, please smash that like button. It counts as an interaction that really boosts the live stream as well, so it really spreads it towards the wider audience, which will be very helpful for me. And if you are new here, feel free to subscribe. If you just subscribe, you'll be able to see all of my videos and all my live streams as they come out. So I do them here very often. You'll also be able to go here into the description. You'll be able to find links to, I've actually just started up a Twitch, I also have my challenge you guys can join, Reddit. I've got a Twitter and a Patreon coming along very, very shortly. And also join my Discord. My Discord's the most important thing. You've got to see all of the single player stuff, the multiplayer stuff, the leagues, and the tournaments. So I currently have a league called the Short Bid League, which is a league where it's for new players only. So what happens is you join, you play one of me or the admin team, and then we put you in the Short Bid League playing only against other new players of your standard. So at the moment we have 5 leagues with the Urkram Miners, the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, the Grumbling Guard, the Peak Gate Guard, and also the Norgrimling Iron Breakers. You fit into one of those 5s, and over 3 weeks you play up against 5 other opponents. You play 5 best of 3s, and depending on how well you do in the league will depend if you get promoted or you don't. And at the moment, we started with 20. We're now already up to 30 players. And we also have more to come forward. We have even more than that. I'm sure we're going to be seeing somewhere in the range of 35 to 40 in the next season. So that should be pretty exciting. But if you guys do like the sound of that, please feel free to get involved. And even then, if you do get promoted, you get promoted to long beard status once you go and leave the top. So if you win the Norgrimlings, you actually get promoted. And in there, we'll actually be having a future tournament coming forward. What would be a league into a tournament, which should be pretty fun. And of course, you can go on, you can vote for all of the things you'd like to see, all of the live streams that I do. You could be voting for tournaments, you can be voting for all of these fun things that could be here on the channel in the future. So feel free to check all those things out, and yeah, come say hello. I'd like to meet all of you and get to know all of you here in the community. I've loved being part of this community, and the support you guys have given me has been absolutely incredible. So this is a small moment. I'm going to say thank you very much. You guys have just been overwhelmingly kind, and I'm so shocked most of the time I don't even know what to say. So thank you so much, and thank you for playing all of these awesome games on my channel and making me feel so welcome to this new community. So thank you very much. Oh, there we go. So yeah, or a link down there from Muckluck as well. So thank you very much for that, Muckluck. I appreciate that. Missed it. Did it Airspam win the mirror game? Yes, Airspam did win the mirror game, Neckbit. So Spikeman, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. I also voted for Gorst in the poll. Yeah, a lot of you guys voted for Gorst, and it looks like actually the Bloodline Vampires they won out the day. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the Stroke Ghoul, actually. Yeah, my bad. Maybe. Alrighty, so Greenskins ban Beastmen. So we had Beastmen, Greenskins, what else? Ban Beastmen. Greenskins ban Beastmen, and Void says Greenskins. Greenskins versus Greenskins. So another mirror match here on the battle for Itza. Now this is a tough one. Who's going to win this? So the winner of this will now go through to the final to play up against Dark Phoenix, which should be a pretty fun game indeed. Alrighty. Let's just get that change. Sorry, somebody sent me a message. Okie dokie. So, one apiece here. Very nice indeed. So what do we think here? We'll now ask a different question. The best... the best Greenskin Lord in this matchup. So is it going to be Grom? Is it going to be Skarsnik? Are we going to be seeing... who else could we see? So I have a new subscriber, which is going to be Banat Ball. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel, friend. I don't know if you're watching the live stream right now or if you're watching a video, but thank you very much for the subscription. That's extremely kind. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Let's put another one. Let's put in who's somebody fun? We could say we could say yeah, let's say this one. Let's throw these in. Let's throw these three. Let's see if you guys think any of this. And of course, if you think anything else other than these three, then feel free to smash that up as well. So for those that don't know, this picture here is from Ducky. Rub Duck of War sent in this this screen blocker, which is quite funny. Gromjaw, it will happen. You reckon, Neckbit? You reckon? You reckon? Anyway, you got your... do you know what bothers me, Neckbit? You always ask for a VC mirror. The one moment we get a VC mirror in a competitive setting, you're not here for it. Where were you, bro? Where were you? Where were you when we needed you? So I think I know my favourite pick in this matchup, but I'll let you guys vote a little bit, and then I'll let you know what I like. But I think there's a few ways you can play this. So I think there's several ways you can play this. Warzag is beholden to no tribe, nor lord, only the whisperers of the greenskin gods in his adult mind. I love Warzag, man. Warzag is so cool. I love his dance. His dance is sick. I love if you just sit there on the campaign map, he just sits there and he just dances until you do something. He's like, you know what? I'm going to vibe. I'm going to vibe until you do something. The VC mirror is an intricate construct and best enjoyed with 2 course blobs. I'm still disappointed you weren't there for it. I think Grom is probably the best, but Warzag vibe dance is pretty neat. It's true, it's true, it's true. I generally think, and I don't really want to affect the votes too much, but I generally think the Goblin Great Shaman is probably the best pick. I think you go Goblin Great Shaman, you put him here on his mount, and he's pretty strong. You put him here on the Ragnarok Spider, he's pretty darn strong. He's pretty darn strong. My influence is present even without me. It's true. It's true. You influence the semi-final here. All right. Looks like Void is ready. They are both ready, so let's hop into this. This should be interesting. Double mirror, eh, to finish off the day. All right. Okie dokes. So, let's remove the bad boy. Let's hop into this absolute beast. This is such a fun and cool map. I'm really sad that we don't see this map anymore. It is a really nice map. It really is a nice map. And look at it. Look at it. It's just so goddamn gorgeous. Look at this map. I wish I was on debug, so then I could show you like the rest of this map and its design. It is just so goddamn gorgeous. How can you not like this map? Look at it in all its beautiful glory. Anyway, from the red here, from the greenskins, from Mr. ODM Dacta, we are going to have some Orc Boys in the front. 5 units indeed, mixing in with the double black chalks. They're very strong indeed. We are going to have the Orc Boy Chariots, 2 units. They are super strong as well in the current meta. In the back, we are going to have some Goblin Wolf Rider Archers with some Spider Riders as well here in the backside. Quite a few of them indeed. And for the Lord Choice, we are going to be seeing the Goblin Great Shaman here on an Arachnarok Spider. The big bad. Look at him up there on his little mount. Look at him. Look at him. What a G. But he's going to be here with the Don't Even Try It, the Arcane Conduit, Gawk Fix It, the Itchy Nuisance, and also Vindictive Glare. We're also going to have 2 units of the Stone Trolls here in the back for that regeneration and the nice armor-piercing punch. Here for the bad boy, Mr. Void Lols. He's going to have the Orc Biggins for the anti-large here in the front. The Gobbos to make it nice and wide. The Spider Riders mixing in with the Orc Boy Biggin Cavalry here. The anti-large armor-piercing Shock Cavalry. Here with some Orc Biggins in the front. The Egg Peak Loonies. And of course, Grom the Paunch. We are going to have the Goblin Boss here on top of his Wolf. Nice and fast, 92 speed with... No, it's not Itchy Nuisance, sorry. It is They Need Stabbing for the armor and also negative melee defense. Grom the Paunch with the Axe of Grom, the Lucky Banner, to grate in his ear, and also Language of the Boys. Some more anti-large and armor-piercing Shock Cavalry in the back with the Orc Boy Biggins. Some more of those Gobbos for the Wah, and the Orc Biggins as well. The Moon Howlers, good with their fear actually. You know, something you don't really recognise about these bad boys. Not only do they look sick, because they do, but they also have fear, Vanguard deployment, and of course they're very fast. Added bonuses to leadership when they are supported. 63 is pretty good for a Gobbo, you've got to admit. Moving over here to the right, trying to get the top and the dominance here on the hill. As we see, the Spider Riders are going to be trying to come onto the top, use it as that advantage point to shoot on, and try to make sure you're going to get the downhill engagement here, or at least try and get the benefits of the downhill engagement from Dacta. The boys are moving forward. We can see the flanks are going to start pushing around. The Orc Boys will do okay, but they will generically lose here up against the Orc Boy Biggins, as they kind of suffer from low armor piercing. We do have Black Chalks, and they can certainly win the day. We have Don't Even Try It. We have all the big things here on the Goblin Big Great Shaman. He can certainly butter the bread here for Grom the Paunch. He can certainly give him a new one. Nice side charge here from Grom. Very heavy chariot here in the game. He's super difficult to deal with. As we can see here, Itchy Nuisance going down, negative base weapon damage, negative melee attack as well is going to be super handy here in the pocket, and that's not even going to be overcasted. He's going to smash in the front here up against the Goblin Great Shaman. No, he's going to push straight through. He wants nothing to do with his Goblin Great Shaman, so that is some good work there. He's actually going to try and hit the Orc Boy Chariots. In the back, skirmish here from the Spider Riders. They're going to be moving through, just trying to shoot, trying to see if they can maybe aid, get some poison in here and there, trying to help the front line here with dealing with those Spider Riders. And looks like here the Moon Howlers in the back. Broken here are going to be the Forest Spider Riders from Void. And moving in the back as well are going to be the Orc Boy Biggins. They're going to start slamming in the back, getting those nice charges. But as you can see, we are going to get some slows here in the pocket. They need stabbing going down here on the Goblin Great Shaman. As he's going to be fighting, the Goblin Great Shaman here is going to be going up against... Is that Gone the Paunch? Yeah, that is going to fight up against Gone the Paunch. But he will be having negative melee defense, and he will also be having negative armor. Looks like he is going to win. The Goblin Great Shaman is going to break, and there is nothing to stop him from getting pushed off the edge of the map here. There's absolutely nothing. We are now going to have to really whip around these spiders, and we're going to have to cut off everything to stop them from running away. Poison here going into the Goblin Wolf Riders. They are going to go down to 79 speed, but they should be fast enough here to catch up against the Spider Riders. And they now need to try and blockade to see if we can get the Goblin Great Shaman back. Losing him is a big loss, but we still have the big punching Stone Trolls in the middle. Then with the Black Chalks, should be able to do some good work here in the front, with also those nice Orc War Chariots. While going down here for Dacta. I don't know if that was War as well with Void. I missed that there, unfortunately. But Grom is going to be grinding here. Him and his little wolves are going to be right underneath the backside here of the Goblin Grey Shaman. And he's not having the best time of it, I'm not going to lie. Spider Riders could poison Grom, but he does have 84 speed, so I don't think that's going to be enough there to stop him from pushing off. I think here what you have to do, you have to accept that you've lost your Goblin Great Shaman, and you just have to move on and try and win somewhere else in the battle. They certainly won the frontline infantry. You can see here that the red is going to be overwhelming the front line of the blue, and it's now going to be skirmish on against the rest of Grom, and also the Goblin Big Boss. Black Chalks in the back, they're going to be coming back into the middle. It looks like, what have we got going down here? Can't quite see. Here we go. It's going to get popped from here with Mr. Void. We're going to get that plus 40 melee attack. That could help them fight here in the middle. We only actually have some AP Gloonies in there. They will have 74 melee attack though, I'll give them that. Cycle charging here from the Orc Boy Chariots. They're going to be just obliterating the Orc Shaman in moments, I'm sure. Arrows are getting shot here into the Savage or Biggins. They do have 0 armor. They do have physical resistance, but we're not going to see much magic attack here from the boys in green. This is really painful here. Now, this is one thing. You need to chase off the Goblin Great Shaman, but at this point, Grom needs to go. Grom will get back, do some engagement, and then be able to come back and deal with the Shaman if he does come back. Before that, I think pushing him off there, you're actually going to be starting to lose value from Grom, and you're going to start winning the rest of the duel here with the Greenskins and Dacta. So you've got to be careful with how much you push off, because Grom is very expensive and he's very good here in the front line. Now he's shattered, he needs to will and come back. He needs to come back. He is going to shatter, but he's not going to die. Oh my god, he died! Oh, that is costly. Okay, now that makes that worth it. And the reason being, the 2 leadership doesn't sound like much, but actually if he breaks and goes off from shatter, it goes from 16 down to 8, but he'll now go from 16 down to 10 because he died. So that'll always be an imbued negative 2 leadership for the boys in red. Even saying so, we are going to be losing the Orc Shaman and therefore the magic here for the match. We also have some Black Chalks fighting up against the Goblin Big Boss. He's going to be wavering. He's going to be going down as well, and this is the problem with having Grom gone for quite so long. He's going to take quite a while to get back to the battlefield and get back safely. We can actually get the Forest Goblin Spider Riders over. See if we can poison Grom and slow his approach on the way back. If we can do that and slow down his involvement, that could actually be a really, really clutch strategy. In the middle, looks like the Goblin Big Boss is still going to be fighting. Black Chalks did break him for a moment, but looks like he is going to be getting away with it. The Chariots now are going to be sliding and pushing off the boy himself, the Orc Shaman. That magic is going to go down. Black Chalks as well going to be doing the damage. Spider Riders here is still going to be shooting into the Orc Biggins. But it looks like here a force of the Greenskins is still going to be relatively strong. Now, we don't have Fear or Terror here from Grom, so actually removing the remainder of this force could be quite difficult. We have Fear from the Stone Trolls, which is really handy. But we're actually kind of a little bit surprised sometimes that Black Orcs don't have Fear, but I guess that made them a little bit too powerful. But having no Fear or Terror here could actually be pretty costly towards the late stages of the game. If we pin in using Stone Trolls, and we also pin in using Black Orcs, and we actually manage to catch Grom the Paunch, it could be really painful. So looks like we've managed to bulge in here, pushing up against Grom. If Grom takes a couple of big hits, which he certainly can do, it could be really costly. Now, these Stone Trolls are going to heal as they break away. Are we going to get away with Grom, though? Grom's doing okay at the moment. Grom is actually going to be having also that physical resistance, I think, for that short period of time as well. But Black Chalks fighting up against the Orc Biggins, and also some more Orc Biggins here. It looks like the Orc Boy Chariots are still going to be fighting. Looks like one have been caught by Grom. They are going to be breaking. Still at 3 models. If they break and get away, they will come back. What sort of speed are we talking about? 60 speed when they've been poisoned. Grom will be going down as well as 72 whilst poisoned. So we still have 2. They're actually going to break and push back into the mixture. That's actually a nice brain buster there. Where is he? He's come back. You need to chase him off. He had to go there. You cannot afford for him to stay around. That brain buster there again has actually done lots of damage. It's actually broken quite a few models as well. Savage Orcs still fighting. That should be down to -10 now. That is going to be down to -10. So we have stabilised that -6 leadership here from our Lord dying. So now it just comes down to, can you get the key engagements you need? As you can see, Grom the Paunch is going to be fighting here, pinned in using the Chariots. This could be the game here. This could be the game. If you're not careful, you can see those big clubs coming down, hitting here. Lucky Banner is going to go down. That is a desperate attempt to keep Grom the Paunch alive. Fear going to be imbuing as well, but that is going to be damage over time. He is going to be losing in combat. We need to move everything in. Everything must go, and go now. He's got out, and that's really unfortunate there from Dacta. Another Brainbuster coming in. We need to remove the Shaman. The Shaman has to go. He's going to cause some serious problems. The only way to kill Grom is to pin him in, get him collected, finish him off. But of course, if you keep doing that, the Orc Shaman is just going to continue to cast some Brainbuster. There is really not much left here. What is fighting on the battlefield? Well, looks like we do actually have some Gobbos coming in. We are actually hitting here with the Orc Boy Chariots. Can we clean him off? Can we get rid of him? It looks like Dacta isn't too bothered about dealing with the Orc Shaman. We are going to move in with the Goblin Big Boss. It looks like he's going to get those leadership benefits there using his De Greatness here. Golden Ball Fighters nice and close. Maybe could break some more boys here with a nice charge. So they're going to gently touch them and then they're going to move off. A little bit slow here to the All Boy Biggins as well. They're not particularly doing too much work there in the background. But Grom is taking some damage. Grom is certainly taking some damage. These boys are going to move him forward and we are going to continue to regen with the Stone Trolls. I'd actually move right and just smash the Orc Shaman. And that's exactly what he's going to do. The Orc Shaman is going to be wavering, but here he is going to have to force Grom in to protect his Orc Shaman, which means he is going to take armor-piercing damage here. And you cannot continuously keep popping Lucky Banner. It is on a timer there. I don't know. This is going to be super close towards the end. We can see in the back there breaking as another Brainbuster. That is the problem with keeping this Orc Shaman alive. There is going to be damage all over the shop. I don't know how this Goblin Big Boss is still going. I have no idea how he's keeping going. Looks like both Stone Trolls are broken, and they're going to break this way. No, that's so bad. That is so bad, because unfortunately they're going to go off the battlefield. That will be a loss here, unfortunately. Well, GG's well played. It was a close game indeed. It was super close. I think, unfortunately, the Orc Shaman keeping him alive was devastating, unfortunately. I really do. Being that one Stone Troll is breaking this way and the other one's breaking this way as well, they're just going to go off the edge of the map, and that's the only thing you really have to kill Grom, unfortunately. Yeah. Well played. Man. Yeah, it was a weird game. Yeah, I think you needed to bundle him. He didn't get much damage, but that spell was enough to break. That needed dealing with. It needed dealing with. That with the cycle charging was painful. But 621 for the Goblin Great Shaman. We got 550, 260, 513, and 745 here from the Orc Boys. 112 kills with 1,473 damage value. 540 for the Black Orcs with 1.2k and 922 for the Orc Boy Chariots. We've got 202 for the Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, also 180, 312 and 397 for the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. We've got 1,444, 1,348 here for the Stone Trolls as well. 3,275 for Grom the Paunch, pretty standard stuff. 531 here for the Orc Shaman with 1,200 for the Goblin Big Boss. We also got 141, 125 here for the Gobbos, with 557 for the Orc Biggins, with 585 here for the 8 Peak Loonies, 485 for the Savage Orc Biggins, 830, with 613 for the Orc Biggins, and 680. So for the Cavalry, the Orc Boy Biggins, we've got 370 and 377, with 244 and 140 from the Forest Spider Riders. With the Goblins here, we're 247 and 397. Both left. GG, well played. I don't know why Void left. He's up next. But yeah, GG's and well played to both sides. Great attempt here from both players. 2 mirror matches. Always not so easy to cast, but still pretty fun nonetheless. So, let's get the bad boys in. We are going to need Mr. Dark Phoenix, and we are going to need Mr. Void. Should have busted the Shaman. Yeah, I guess that's what I was saying during the game, right? I think the Shaman was enough to break those units, but wasn't enough really to do enough damage to win the game. But it was enough to break the units, which is all you needed. And like once it broke, like, you know, Dak to myself, boy, we all knew that it was done from there. Greenskin Mirror just lacks the class and elegance of VC Mirror. I agree, Neckbit. I mean, I agree. I agree. There is no more elegance than a Ghost Slam and grind. You know, that's the sort of thing you put online. Do you wanna meet up and do a Ghost Slam? Oh God, hurts my brain to think about a Ghost Slam. Alrighty then, so we have the finals. Alrighty, so let's have a look here. Let's see what we got going. Are we in? Dark Phoenix is in. I don't know where Void has gone. I have to wait to see what Void does. So, Rusty players in the final with Dark Phoenix, and we're going to be starting on Karek Asgol. Welcome to the final. Void to pick first. Well, while these two are complete melons, I will let them do it. Good for them. As long as they're happy, that's all that matters. So well played, Dacta, man. Awesome stuff. Grom is still pretty OP, isn't he? LOL. Fun games though. Yeah, dude, you played really well, man. Thank you very much for playing today. It was super fun to host you. I hope you had a good time. I do hope you had a good time. So, yeah, we're in the final. And going to be swapping around here. We'll put that to Nipois. And we'll put that down here to Nipois. And we will go here with Mr. Odi Ambidactor. We will now have Mr. Dark Phoenix. Phoenix. Aha. And then we will have Mr. Oh no, it's the wrong way around. Yes. So I'll have to smaller up this one. There we go. And this one is going to be Mr. VM Void Lols. Perfect. Alrighty, well listen. What we'll do is we will smash this on. I will go grab a drink whilst we all wait. But listen, do me one favour. Go grab your snacks, go grab your drinks, and get ready for a hell of a best of 5. I'll be back in 2 moments. Alrighty, I'm back. How we all doing? How we all doing? So, Dacta with Chariot's change right now is broken for me as well. He smashed that great Gobbo Shaman, yeah. I think the main issue with Grom are gap in his hitbox. Oh really? Okay. That you can ignore all missile damage if you place him with the right angle is huge issue. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of hit angles as well on melee attacks. The hitboxes problems, especially on bigger chariot models as well, like Volkmar the Grim. If you have them at angles, or at least a specific angle or angle changes that are pretty sharp, you can actually avoid pretty much. You can negate 90% of melee attacks as misses. Yeah. Yeah, fun match indeed. Yeah, fun match. Really, really fun. Really, really fun. Some fun matches indeed. Some competitive ones. So VC, no ban, pick VC. Okay, so Mr. Neckbit, we have another battle for you. Another battle for you. Swear to God if you missed this one. Alright, 33 votes there. It looks like Grom is the biggest pick. Fair enough. Thank you very much, Buckluck. Yeah, I just dropped the face cam, guys, whilst I was popping outside. I just popped to the bathroom, sorted myself out before we got to the final. Got my drinks, got my snacks, but ready to go. Ready to go. You could see it in the Wood Elf vs Greenskin game, Neckbit, where I played versus Dark Elves vs Phoenix. Oh, okay. You can almost one-shot with a Luminarch Hish with enough noob statements. Luminarch of Hish is really cool to see. Alright, looks like they're both ready. They both know what they want to do. This could be very interesting. Vampire Count Mirror. Yeah, pretty filthy. Pretty filthy. But it's a wide map as well, so they're going to have to be aggressive. They're going to have to get forward, and they're going to have to do some of the dirty work here as well. So, let's see. Wasn't there for it. I'll rewatch it. You asked Deadly Minds about Luminox. They wreck my life at the moment. Alrighty, so let's get it going. Who's ready for this final? Who's ready for this final? I'm ready. I'm super hyped. I am super hyped. Ooh, I see color. So, I see Chillgeist Hex-Wraiths, and the Chillgeists as well. So, we are going to have some Cane Wraiths. 4 units, 5 units of Cane Wraiths. Interesting. Zombies as well as the double Banshees and also Heinrich Keller. Heinrich Keller can also become pretty much ethereal anyway. But he'll have the Lord of Undeath, the Undeath Resurgence, Raise the Dead, Gaze of Nagash, Dance Macabre, Invocation of Nehek, the Chaos Tombblade, and also the Curse of Undeath with the Master of the Dead. In the back, we are going to have the Conquestine Stalkers, mixing in with some Skeleton Warriors as well. So, quite the ethereal blob, indeed. Here, in these weird formations that Void likes. Very strong indeed when he does them like this. But we can see 5 units of zombies in the front. Heinrich Keller as well in the back with exactly the same items. And it looks like both of these guys are going for exactly the same build. So this is going to be a game of micro. Double Banshees as well. Coming with the book. That should be armor piercing and base weapon damage. Indeed it is. It will be the Potion of Strength. So this here is now going to be a game of true ability. Miss Phoenix, how are we? How are we doing? How are we doing well? The mystery of the VC mirror wraps to being fun to watch for me. Well, actually, you missed a very good VC mirror between Dacta and Mr. Voidlaws earlier. It was a nice game. It was a nice game. Quack, Mr. Gadane, how are we? How are we? How are we? I hope we're doing well. Sir Quack a lot. Neckbit doing some sort of dark sorcerer making this happen. I know, man. I know, F&G. You know that Neckbit's been all over this. Neckbit says he's unstoppable. Chance of a Gorse Jaw? I think not. I think not, unfortunately. true mirror moment. Yeah, this is the true mirror. This is the pure skill moment. As they have started. So with the lines of zombies just going straight at each other. This is going to be a game of just pure ability. Exactly the same builds, exactly the same spells, exactly the same units. Who can utilize it the best? That's the question. This is a pure come at me bro style. Should be really interesting. Good luck, have fun from both sides. Let's get into this. So moving forward here, we can see a little bit closer support is going to be Heinrich Keller with the double Banshees. So you're going to see a little bit of a tighter force from Dark Phoenix and a little bit more spread apart here from Void. But as we can see, we are going to have long lines of chaff here going straight at each other. And the reason as we go with these long lines is the small fronting face. So when they do engage at each other, it's going to go on for quite some time. So as you can see here, they are going to engage in the front line. They're going to hit pretty hard. Look at that. That charge bonus always coming through. That 3 charge is really going to benefit both sides here. Actually, for the majority here, I think it's going to be favoring the red side here with Dark Phoenix. No, sorry, the blue side with Phoenix, because he's going to be for the majority fighting downhill, I think. This one appears to be faster and stronger enemies nearby, apparently. Don't know quite how that happened, but looks like it's going to be. Heyman, how we doing, my friend? Hope we're doing well. One of the boys here from the Shortbeard League. Heinrich Keller. I think I might have to we might have to sort something out, but a little bit out on his own is going to be Heinrich Keller. Double Banshees are going to be mirroring. This could be something, couldn't it? Well, we might be getting trolled here. They are casting Spirit Leech on me. I am slowly withering and dying here, I think. But as I said, yeah, the Reds are going to be losing here from Void. They are going to be fighting uphill, and that's not advantageous here. The Cane Race are now coming forward from Dark Phoenix. Heinrich single combat duel. Hologic has some good jokes because there's going to be some time to kill. Oh, God. No, not really. I'm sorry. But let's go through the forces. So as we can see here, Cane Race, relatively good on the stats. Leadership is pretty poor, so any sort of misplays here, any sort of good wins and magic casts down the flank is pretty much going to put these into an area of mass disrupt. And you can certainly see them breaking pretty quickly. And you can see the Reds are certainly losing here in this matchup across the board as well, actually. They're losing pretty consistently. Both the Cane Race are going to move forward. I think they're going to mirror each other here. I don't know what to tell you. You can see everything that's going on. But let's move. We are going to see that Cane Wraiths are going to be fighting up against Cane Wraiths and Banshees up against Banshees. These Banshees are going to drop. The Banshees here from Void are still holding in the back. So it would appear that there is not much going on. So I think what I'm going to do is I am... Looks like some sweaty stat test. I know, man. I know. It does look pretty bad. I mean, listen. This is their final. This is them on live stream. If this is how they want to play, that's really entirely up to them. I thought they might want to put on a show and just show what VM have really got to bring to the table, but perhaps not. I think. Oh, it looks like they're going to be having a duel off. Oh, it looks like they're creating a circle for a duel off here between Heinrich Keller. Okay, this could be pretty interesting. I'm going to sit in the gap. I'm going to fill the gap. Alright, so here we go. Heinrich Keller up against Heinrich Keller. What have we got here, boys? Who's got the most Heinrich Keller duels? Oh, it's going to be a Krell on Krell fight, I think. Okay. So we've got Krell on Krell. So both the Krells are going to be coming into the middle. And what sort of fight are we going to see here? Moving in, both sides are going to slam straight up against each other. Big hits going down. And actually, the one from Void who got hit harder. Actually, the other one didn't get hit at all. So there is now going to be a hit on the one here from Phoenix. The one here, though, from Void is losing pretty significantly, which is quite surprising. It's not even close. Okay, now it's a bit... Oh, yep. Both are going to be hitting each other massively here. 50 melee attack, 32 melee defense. Pretty much every strike is going to hit pretty convincingly. I think the Void's one is going to go down first. He's now going to be dying here over time. Negative 72. He is going to die. And we have a victor. We have a champion here in the middle. And Void is going to pull out from that loss. I have no idea. Was this what you planned to do? Is this what you planned to do? I have no idea. But we are going to give the win to Dark Phoenix. That was quite funny, to be fair. That was quite funny. I did quite enjoy that. Oh, that was funny. All right, so Phoenix is going to come through with the first dubski there with a big win. So let's go into score 1. Number 1 win there for Phoenix. So unoriginal. Alright, let's try and see if we get some games. Logic, we did this a few months ago on Viking stream. Oh, I see. I see. This was something out of the Book of Invasions. A duel of champions and the loser concedes. Oh, interesting. Well, listen. I'm sure it was all in good heart of good banter. Alright, so it looks like we are going to get a vampire pirate pick, but we aren't going to get the lady herself. So I'm now going to refuse mirror match. I'm not going to allow any more mirror matches, I think, because I'd rather have a competition. We can do it. So what's going to fight here? I have absolutely no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Okay. Fair enough. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen here. Book of Invasions is an Irish mythical histories, by the way. Ooh. What I'm going to do, I'm going to write that to myself. Well, I'm going to write that to you, Parkerilla, for me to remember. Oh, you'll be still bun on here, won't you? Still bonnet. Book of Invasions. Roger that. Irish mythical history. Okay, that might be something for me to read. Irish mythical history. Cool. Along with the Book of Conquest. A man of many talents you are, Mr. Parkerilla. A man of many talents. Okie dokie. So, we are going to have Vampires up against Vampires. We'll see how this goes. I'll allow this because they're two different sub-factions. Maybe we're actually going to go for it this time, but we shall see. But yeah, once you guys sit and wait here, I'll tell you what I'll ask you. So I'm going to be doing some Vermintide and some campaign stuff soon. So I won't be doing it here on the YouTube channel. I'll be doing it on Twitch. So basically what I can do is I can free up YouTube as much as possible, but also still do some content and stuff. If I'm supposed to bring the heck, I'll cry. Yeah. How you doing, Shetland? It's been a while since I've seen you, friend. How are you? VP Mirror can actually be quite interesting. You would think that, next bit. You would think that. What would you like to see from me? So we could say Thoric. Thoric Ironbrow. We could see. We could see Oxy. We could see Thorax, or we could see maybe. Who else would be fun to play? Maybe. We ready? No, they're not ready. Who else could we see? We could maybe say Throt the Unclean. I think those three would be some. Alright, go nuts. Go absolutely nuts. Alright, so hopefully these two are going to be ready soon. The map should be Pillar of Bone. Oh, the Bone Zone. The Bone Zone. Doing fine, playing a bit of Kenshi and forgot about this game for a bit. Always Rapans. I did actually do a Rapans campaign. That was pretty fun. I did a Rapans campaign. It was nice. But yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see. So obviously I'll be doing that on Twitch. So that means every single day you will have multiplayer content from me on the YouTube channel. But you'll also get added content, you know, when I am playing those campaigns there on Twitch. So you guys will be able to, you know, hop in and say hey and do some stuff. I bet it will be some narco game again. Well, you know, if it is tank, just let me know. You know, if these guys just want to play around a bit and mess around, then that's fine, but I'm not going to cast it. Like, they can decide between them who wins. I don't mind, but I mean, I'll give them another chance. Like, the first one was funny, the second one will be boring, so it's up to them. It's up to them. I will just give the win to Phoenix because they won with Corel. I'll make it up as I go along. But yeah, Rapans was a fun campaign. Rapans was fun, I must admit. Yeah, I did enjoy that. What else would I do? I haven't done Throt the Unclean on a open map campaign yet, so that would be fun. So it looks like a lot of you guys are interested in Throt. Okay, so what I might do, so I've offered you all of the new guys. Looks like you're a little bit interested in Oxyotl. You're really interested in Throt. Okay, that's interesting. If you guys have any other suggestions, throw them down in the chat box there. Something you might want to see. I'll also be doing some Vermintide. I think you guys know me, or those that know me well enough by now. I'm a massive FPS gamer, or at least I used to be. I used to play a lot of first-person shooters, a lot. I will be having a PS5, so I will be able to stream potentially on that, and then upload it to Twitch through that potentially, and then sort of do it somewhere between my computer and also do it on my my PS5. I mean, I could do it on my PC. I could do it on my PC. To be fair, I could. Gorst campaign, come on. All right. We got Gorst down. We've got Gorst. A lot of you vote for one of those. Which one of those you want to see up there? Vote for that one. And if you put any others down below, I'll actually put down and do a campaign potentially. All right, both of them are ready. So let's have some fun. Let's see what this is all about. We're on Pillar of Bone. You guys actually want to see a Ghost campaign? I actually did a Manfred campaign, so I don't think it should be too different. I do in general think that unfortunately the vampire counts are not that fun to be good on a legendary campaign. They're extremely fun on the lower difficulties. You can just bring what you like, and it's super fun. Full cart / mortis spam, that's actually really expensive. The best way to do it is go like a legendary bloodline lord, and then you just take a bunch of skeletons. You just take a bunch of skeletons. They're all free, and you just spam your way through the. Oh, hello. Thank you, webcams and hotgirls.com, but if you wouldn't mind, there we go. Thank you very much. I know Slanesh comes in, it comes out, you know, it does its thing. It's because Neckbit's here, that's why. Neckbit's coming in and just crucifying me. Alright, so let's have a look here. So, for the Vampire Pirates and Sartosa, we're going to have Bloated Corpse Memory in the front, with some more Bloated Corpse and the Vampire Fleet Captain with the pistol. In the back, we're going to see some Zombie Pirate Decamobs, 4 units, as well as the Zombie Pirate Gunnery Bombers. The Lamprey's Revenge in the middle with some more Bombers, and 4 units of Sirens on the back, with the Quadruple Mortars. Over here on the left, we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 Sirens. We're going to have 4 Bloated Corpse. We're going to have the Vampire Fleet Captain with the pistol. We're going to have the Vampire's Revenge. And we're going to have some Decam Polearms with, of course, 4 mortars. I will see how this goes. We'll see what happens. These two have more than a right to play in the final. But, of course, I will, yeah. The Harbinger of Chaos. Give me mod and I will contain the chaos. Yo, Miss Mo, how you doing, man? What is this, a meme final? It seems to be. So we've got 2 VM players. They made it to the final. I'll give them their chance. I think they're going to be trying to kite each other out with bloated corpses. I don't know what's going on here. I think nobody won there. Who actually won? I have no idea. I have no idea who won that. Nobody won this. Nobody won. Alright, hopefully we see a game now. But yes, unfortunately, Mismo, it seems to be. And if it continues this way, we'll end stream. But you know, it's up to these guys what they want to do. It is up to these guys what they want to do. If they want to throw their final opportunity, you know, it's up to them. So Lamprey's moving in. They're going to be having exactly the same forces, which means it just comes down to micro here. Lamprey's going to be moving forward, maybe trying to see if we get some shots into the other Lampreys. There we go. So nice Lamprey shots in there. They can certainly fire whilst moving. It looks like actually the Lampreys from the Dark Phoenix is going to be getting the bonus. Sirens chasing Sirens here. And we are going to get some shots down the line as well. So some nice armor-piercing shots from the Lamprey's Revenge there. They don't have any sort of magic damage. Just having Sirens pushing in could be pretty painful. Supporting the Vampire Fleet Captain is going to be aiding with the Lamprey's Revenge here in the front. And there we go. We're going to have some Siren on Siren damage. We've got the charge and the pullouts. And now we have the Sirens in with the damage up against the Sirens of Void. Big bombs here going into the Zombie Pirate Gunnery Bombers. And still firing back are going to be the... Oh, is that only triple? I thought it was quadruple. I thought we had quadruple of these. I thought we only have triple, but we have quadruple back here. Big hits here into the Zombie Pirate Polearms. And the rest are going to be fighting here in the middle. It's just a Siren cluster cluck here in the middle with actually Lamprey's Revenge fighting up against Lamprey's Revenge, I think. Oh no, it's just Sirens and Sirens. Where's the other Lampreys? I can't see the other Lamprey's Revenge. So we have Lampreys here. Oh, we do have both in top of each other. Okay, so it's going to be Lampreys on Lampreys, Sirens on Sirens. I'm also going to be having Zombie Pirate Deckhands here fighting in the middle to aid as well. The Bombers are getting pushed here by the Tide of the Scold. With that perfect vigor. Looks like the Vampire Fleet Captain is going to be killing the Zombie Pirate Deckhand Polearms that have been shattered. And it looks like here we have the Mortals in as well. We're going to be having Sirens here that have broken the Zombie Pirate Deckhand Polearms. Lancer power still pretty even though. Chaff on chaff fight. In the back though we are going to be having the Vampire Fleet Captain Pistol shooting here into the Mortars. Actually now going to be shooting into the Gunnery Bombers as we do move into some Zombie Pirate Deckhands. We got some Sirens on Sirens, with also the Tide Scold here fighting up against their normal Deckhand Bombs. They should be winning there, but they do have some assistance here on the side. Bombers throwing over the top. So into the blob, we are going to see some Crabs up against Crab action. Crabs here from the Dark Phoenix is going to be winning here up against the Lamprey Revenge. And Siren on Siren Madness. It looks like it is actually going to be favouring Void slightly. And the infantry fight here, yeah, not too bad. Not terrible either. But no, actually, it looks like one of the mortars did push forward. Oh, that's actually going to go off of the mortar cannon. But now they're going to be shooting here up against the Deckhand mobs. Now they'll be able to come back on and continue firing. But it looks like some of the Sirens are going to be pushing into the back. Sirens coming back in for Phoenix. Should be able to get back in and do some nice work. Bombs over the top. But we do actually have the support here, the Vampire Fleet Pistol, who should be able to aid and heal the remainder in here. Looks like the Vampire Fleet Pistol actually has no winds magic. And neither does the other one. So it's literally just going to be a head-on-head fight. Bombers are going to be flying over the top. Balance of power actually going to be pulling into Void's favour. Shots over the top are going to be doing some big damage. It's very difficult to say which way this is going to go. Because the mortars are still alive, but they are going to be shut down. And we still have some mortars in the back that are going to be chasing here using the Deckhand mobs. So the Vampire Fleet Captain here in the back is going to be fighting. As we do try and get on top of these mortars. In the back here, it looks like the Sirens, aided by the Deckhand mobs, going to be fighting up against the normal Sirens, which will actually be winning here, which is a bit surprising. We do actually have the Deckhands chasing... Oh, I don't know if they're chasing off the Sirens, but the Sirens need to come back and deal with this artillery piece for sure. Running away is going to be the mortar teams. They're going to be bringing the mortars with them. And in the back, we are now going to start pushing out with the Lamprey's Revenge, trying to stop them from moving in. Big shots still firing in. Really hitting here up against the team. Looks like breaking here is going to be the Zombie Pirate Deckhand Bombers. They're going to be fighting here up against the Polearm variants. Now the Sirens can sort of claw and take down the other Lamprey's Revenge alongside of the Crabos here as well. They have died. Very nice there from Mr. Lols. Here in the back though, we are going to have some competition. Sirens on the mortars. And also moving in with the Zombie Pirates to try and see if we can prevent this mass onslaught. Deckhands are going to be dying in the back. Looks like here we do have the Sirens clearing up in the backside as well. And now it looks like the Sirens over here on the right are going to be eventually losing from Void. Still firing. We still have one crew left. They're going to be shooting here up against the Sirens on the back right side. Sirens moving in to help deal with the Vampire Fleet Captain. And that's pretty much going to be all she wrote, I think. Lamprey's Revenge just going to sit there and regen over time. That's going to be pretty advantageous there for Void. Yep, looks like there we do lose the Deckhand mobs. We're going to be losing the Sirens. That is going to be army losses. And a Dubsky here for Void himself. 9 out of 10 for those belly flops. Indeed, indeed. Well, that was certainly an interesting fight. Negative 58. Surprised he's not down on... There we go. GG's, as they say. GG's. Your lord embraces death. So that's going to be one apiece here. So it looks like here we've got 724 here for the Vampire Fleet Captain with the pistol. We got 120, 90. For the pole arms, 93, 26, and 58 with 310 here from the Tide. 520, 611, 552, and 533 for the Sirens. Bloated Corpses actually apparently getting some value. Did we get any value over here? Exactly the same value. I don't know how we got value, considering they exploded on each other. But 1.2k here, 1,252 for the Lampreys, and over here, 77 for 1,130 for Void. Cannons, 174, 156, 150, and 260. 350, 433, 52, and 294. So a little bit more value here from Void on this side. 867 against 724 with the Bombers with 295 and 155. Sirens 540, 1059, 430, and 520. 190 here for the Scold with 195, 116, and 64 here for the fronts. So yeah, just a slight trade effective efficiency over here for Void. Yes. Khemri Mirror, and we go full house on terrible memes. Well, if they decide to go one more on Dead Mirror, then we'll call it there. Whoever wins, wins. Okay, so if we mirror again, we will end on a best of 3. So the winner takes this. It's absolutely fine. If that's what they want to do, we will just we will finish on this, which is completely fine. So it's Outdoor Outskirts. So we will play this one. But it will be the final one. We won't play any more after this. All right. Hello, good evening, how are you? Grimwell, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. You've probably not joined at the best point, but welcome. Unfortunately, these guys play for the same clan. They've joined up and decided to meme for the final, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's what they've decided to do, so that's the way it's going to be. But hopefully next time you'll be able to join, and when it's not in quite such a state. But maybe next time. But how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a nice sleep after all of our massive games last night at Vermintide. Well, yeah, happy logic noises indeed. I do like the Dowry Mirror. So we're going through the Dowry Mirror a little bit. Obviously, Dowry, lots of armor, very, very good leadership. So the way you want to work through this. Now, for the majority of the lords, you used to go with the Slayer King. Good armor piercing, unbreakable as well. The anti-large is not too important, but it's the fact that he doesn't do magic damage. That is the important thing. Now, if you bought anybody else, they do magic damage, or they don't have armor piercing. So if you bring Bellegarde, no armor piercing, but obviously if you bought Grombrindle, he does magic damage. So invariably, although he does have flash bomb, etc., he still loses to the Slayer King. So the only other way to do this is you take Thoric Iron Brow, and actually you bring the runes, and you hope you win with the runes. The runes are powerful, and I think the runes is now on the way forward. But what you do here is you bring probably a great weapon front line. You probably go Dwarf Warrior great weapons, you probably go Longbeard great weapons, and I actually don't think there's a place for Slayers anymore, really. I don't think Slayers do so great. I mean, you can bring Giant Slayers, but they're a big investment. Otherwise, it's Rangers with great weapons. It's Rangers with those throwing axes as well. You bring the ROR, you bring that Armor Sundering, and you also bring the negative to range resistance and the Shield Breaker. That's really important, especially when it comes down to taking down any normal units that don't have great weapons. Doing good, how are you? I'm very good, thank you, very good. I was hoping for a bit more of a spectacle for the final, but these two decided they wanted a meme, so I've cut them from 5 games down to 3 and said you can meme, but it's going to be for the last one, so sadly, it's come to a bit of a poor part to the end, but that's okay. We had some great games to begin with. We had some really, really fun games. But yeah, it was a bit late, but all fine. Good, I'm glad. But yeah, that's the general way to play this. I don't know how these two are going to do it. They've brought memes for the last 2 builds that are pretty much uncastable, but that's okay. But yeah, actually, we were just talking about doing some Vermintide on stream, and I'm going to be doing some more stuff on Twitch, and just heading up some more stuff. I'd like to do some Vermintide, I'd like to do some more single player, away from the multiplayer stuff. I want to keep multiplayer here on the YouTube channel, and then sort of move it more towards sort of doing the single player stuff, and start doing Vermintide and some of the FPS shooter games that I do, sort of perhaps a little bit more on towards the Twitch side of things, you know, so you guys can still get the full content here on the channel, and you'll also then get some added content with some extra stuff as well that could be there on the Twitch. Alright, so I really like Outdorf. I think it's a really nice map. Outdorf Outskirts is quite fun. You've got all sorts of levels of terrain. You've got trees all over the place as well that can really affect missiles incoming. And you've also got this massive tree area on the right. Now that can be used for some sort of Slayer push here from both sides. And you've got the rock here as well if you want to see some sort of artillery protection in the back. So in the middle here, so we're going to see we're going to have in Clan Ungrind here up against the Expedition, I believe they're called. I can't remember what these are called actually. That's really strange. But yes, Dragonback Slayers, very good at dealing with other Slayers. We're going to be having Slayers on Slayers on Slayers on Slayers on Slayers. So these guys really clearly haven't played this matchup, but we're going to be having Dwarf Warriors. We're going to be having more Dwarf Warriors and more Dwarf Warriors with Rangers and a Ranger front line. So 5 units of Rangers. And it looks like here we are going to be having the Thane. So we're going to be having the Thane here with the physical resistance. We're going to be having Thoric Iron Brow, who will have the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Not a great spell in this matchup, I don't believe. And the Rune of Doom with Locust of Power. We'll also have... Oh, looks like we have double Thanes here. So, of course, that's illegal, but here, I don't really mind. It's the final game. It's a bit of fun, and let's see what they do. So, for the front line here, now, this is a pretty generic build. We can see that we actually have Dwarf Warriors with great weapons in the front. Pretty standard stuff there. More Dwarf Warriors. We're also going to be seeing the Slayer King. Now, the man himself, the man that can take down Kolek, of all people. We are going to be having Ungrim Iron Fist, nice and naked and ready with that ginormous axe. Dwarf Warriors in the fronts here with some more Longbeards. And the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. They do have anti-infantry. They can do some pretty nice work here in the middle with that ginormous 50 melee defense. Now, Thunderers is the other way to go. Good 145 meter radius. But certainly better here for angles and shooting over. Some of these stunties are going to be the Rangers with great weapons in the back. Now, we should see the ROR. Yes, we do. So we're going to have 5 units here in the back. Here, nice 3, 4 units of the normal great weapons. And the Ulthwar Raiders. You can see marked by Ulthwar here. As they come through to the front line, you're going to be seeing that they will have that negation on armor, missile resistance, and all the added extras. So here in the front. So we're not going to see any engineers, we're not going to see any sort of level of restock here, and no flash bombs indeed. Flash bomb would be very strong. You can see Thunder is going to be piling for the trees, but not much damage here up against those Rangers. Now they do have those silver shields. If we move in here, we'll be able to see that they actually have that negation on missile resistance. 35% is actually no joke. It'll actually really aid up against Thunderers. They even have good AP. Now, of course, that's only going to resist base weapon damage. That's not actually going to resist armor piercing. And considering Thunderers are for the majority armor piercing, I think it should be 17 and 5 base. It's only going to really resist the base damage there of 5% with those shields. So it's really not that effective up against Thunderers here with shields. But they are going to be shooting over the top. They do have added range. But Thunderers here certainly fire straight and true. Triple Thunderers should do some night work, but they are going to get kited here by Rangers. And it actually seems to be that they're losing. They do have added armor of 80 with those bronze shields up against the 40 here. But it seems that the trees and firing up and over the trees is going to be better than firing through them. Moving forward, Longbeards here, they're going to be coming through with those nice big axes. These boys with the beautiful beards. Look at their beards as long as their legs. Love to see it. Also here, Dwarf Warriors in the front, they're going to be aiding here. They're going to get chewed apart really quickly here, unfortunately. There's not enough to stop this front line. It's going to be an onslaught push here from the red side and Phoenix. Phoenix is now going to start to come in the back, where we're going to see some of these Slayers starting to get kited here by the Rangers with great weapons. They can't fire whilst moving, but they'll certainly get some good value on the approach. They'll be able to throw in, get some nice damage, but obviously the Slayers are going to clean up crew. Rune of Doom does go down, plus 24 melee attack and imbuing that fear for up to 16 seconds. In the front here, we are going to see Hans here, the nice ROR. Well, he's not going to be the ROR, but he's going to be the very special Thane here. He's ethereal, he has 75% physical resistance, he has terror, and all of the other good stats that you need. He's going to be slamming apart the Thunderers. He's going to break them relatively quickly, as they don't have immune to psychology, therefore affected by terror and fear. Over here on the left, we are going to see some Slayers. They did push around the outside. They are going to get caught by the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Anti-infantry and armoured are going to help them indeed with that high melee defense. Armor piercing here from the Longbeard is going to be chewing apart the Dwarf Warriors. The Thunder is getting a little bit close there for combat. So I'm actually going to be fighting in melee here on the outside right. In the middle, we are now going to have the Thane fighting here up against Ungrim Iron Fist. Ungrim's really not going to do too much up against him. He doesn't have magic damage, and this is the point that you can have a problem. So he is going to chase and push off, but we can see here the Dwarf Warriors have lost here up against the Dwarf Warrior Great Weapons pretty convincingly, but in the back we can see some chase. We can see throwing axes here shooting into Rangers, but we can see that Slayers are now chasing off the Rangers with Great Weapons. Here in the middle we can see a Rune of Wrath and Ruin here, big splash up against the Longbeard Great Weapons, but in the back we have shattered those Rangers. We're going to be pushing off some Ranger Great Weapons as well, with the Slayers doing some pretty nice work here in the back indeed. So if we get down and dirty in here, what we can see is Slayers going to be chewing apart. And they're going to be doing some nice work indeed. Those double axes coming in nice and strong with those Mohawks. They're certainly going to be out-swagging the boys here in the red. Shots are coming over the top though, and those Rangers can really do some nice damage over the top up against those Slayers. But it looks like we are going to be damaging the Rangers. They have broken. Throwing axes here from the Rangers is going to do some nice work as well. Good AP. Very, very good AP from these units. 45 with that armor piercing. I believe somewhere in the range of about 31 armor piercing per model. So we go, Slayers up against. They're going to get the charges in. Axes nice and high. They're going to float in. They are going to chase. The Great Weapons want nothing to do with this. This is somewhere they do not want to be. They've been caught, and they've been caught out strong. But in the middle, we are going to have Mr. Thoric Ironbrow. He's going to be chasing up against the Longbeard Great Weapons. They can pretty much turn and burn here. They could do some great work. He does have 25% physical resistance, but I don't think that's going to be enough against Longbeard Great Weapons. Throwing axes are going to be just smashing into the flank of Thoric Ironbrow and Void. He's going to be taking a big hit indeed. Ungrim is coming for that booty, though. He is anti-large, and he is geared to kill. Thoric there with this nice anvil is unfortunately not going to be able to run away for too long. Ungrim does actually have 32 speed up against the 30 speed of Thoric. He can run for as long as he likes, but I think here that Void is going to be taking the big L, as Hans is going to try his best work in the front up against Longbeards. No healing here from either side, so of course with the Dwarfs, so it means any damage here is going to be permanent. In the back we do have the Nuisance, which is Hans. Hans is going to be fighting against the Thunderers, trying to do his best, but unfortunately here might not be the most. Still chasing. We can see Longbeard's now coming in. One attack animation could force. He is going to have to turn. He is going to have to fight Rune of Doom going down there. You can hear that really nice clang in the background. And that's going to be leaving that nice Rune of Doom spell there on the floor as he does fight. It's now going to be two ginormous tanks going up against each other. We have Ungrim Iron Fist slamming up against Thoric Ironbrow with 69 melee attack, 50 melee defense, but 65 melee attack for Thorgrim. So it's pretty much going to be a beast on a beast here. But he does do magic damage, so 25% resistance here from Ungrim Iron Fist. He is going to run, and that's going to put his melee defense down at only 30%, as he is going to get attacked from the rear. That's also going to give him a negative 14 to leadership there as well. He's going to try and run, and also he's going to try and blockade using the Rangers. Over here in the back, we can see Longbeards chasing up against Rangers. It's not going to go too well for them. They are going to break. They don't have those silver shields, but they do actually have 100 armor, so they should be able to resist a lot, but of course they're not going to have that resistance from missiles. Here we are going to see some Slayers coming over the top. The Dragonback Slayers indeed. I'm always saying Renegade Moose. I love that name every time I see it. But as we can see over here on the left, shooting for the Rangers should be able to help and aid with the Dragonback Slayers as they do go and try and fight here up against some Longbeards. Armor piercing's not that plentiful. I think it's about 13 per model. What are we looking at here? 16 per model here. Fighting up against Longbeard. Should be enough to chew through, but it's going to be painful. They're going to take some damage for sure.
Bring utter ruin on them all.
Slayers here still fighting though. They're going to do some nice work in the pocket, but I don't think there's enough. 3 units of Slayers will struggle against Dwarf Horizon Longbeards here. Good melee defense, good armor. It's a tough battle. It is a tough battle. Hans here, going to be punching, getting those nice splash attacks through the Longbeards. But Longbeards with 48 melee defense. Well, actually, they are the Great Weapon variety, so only 38. And we are looking at 65 melee attack from Hans. But of course, that is going to be resisted from magic damage. Does he have armor piercing? He does have armor piercing. Very good. Thunderers are moving in. I don't know what the Thunderers have left to target. It looks like Thoric got away. Nice explosion spell there in the middle on top of the Dwarf Warrior Great Weapons. Yes, these Dowie drink weak ale indeed. But Ungrim is going to be chasing now up against the Rangers. 33 speed for the Rangers, so they could in theory get away if they wanted to. Shots here going to be piling into the Dwarf Warrior Great Weapons. Longbeard still fighting up against these Slayers. Yeah, it's pretty close here. It is pretty close. Maybe Void can take this. Maybe Void can actually take this, I think. Yeah, I think Void is going to take this. I did think the Slayers might struggle here up against the Longbeards. I thought you might see balance of power shift because obviously these Slayers are super expensive, but it looks like that balance of power is going to hold, and it's going to shift even more. I think actually Ungrim having to fight up against Rangers in the back is not going to be that cost efficient for him. He kind of needs to deal with Thoric. Obviously that Rune of Doom is going to continuously keep piling down that extra melee attack and fear. That can really add up over a full game battle, especially one that's this long. It is going to be army losses here for the boys in red. And it's just going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Ungrim Iron Fist here fighting in the back. So he's going to be slamming here up against the Rangers. Lovely splash attacks, but here, a build that I normally thought would win is actually going to lose here. And it looks like it is going to be a pullout. So it looks like here 100% Void was going to win, so I'm going to give Void the victory. Even if he does pull out, he won. He won pretty convincingly. But yeah, 1,400 here for Ungrim Iron Fist with 550, 89 with 220, and 39 here for the Great Weapon Rangers. We've got 0 here from the Ulthwars, and for the Thunderers 355, 209, and 269. We've got 191 for the Longbeards, 919, 634, and 792 for the Great Weapon Longbeards. 733 for the Warriors, the Dragonfire Path with the ROR, 639 here for the Dwarf Warriors, 403, 337, and 467 here for the Great Weapons. So for Thoric, 539 for him. We've got 631 and 850 for Hans, with 258 for the Dwarf Warriors, 583 here for the Warriors, and 230 for the Slayers. 412, 1,158, so some good work there. 687, 200 kills for 1,700 damage value. That's some really nice work. 1.3k as well for 153. And here for the Rangers, 189, 636, 767, 517, and also 427. So pretty much coming in at cost anyway, considering the amount of armor that was presented. So very strong, very strong indeed. GG's, well played, gents. Take care. Take care to these guys. Well played. That's what I'm talking about. Indeed, that is what I'm talking about. Okay, Slayer, this is my team. Yeah, at least something, you know. I mean, I don't know if you've ever played this crew mod. I don't know if you've ever played Total Warhammer before. GG, I guess. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's the way the guys wanted to play. That's why I've cut it short. You know, if they want to meme, that's fair enough. They won, they can meme, but I won't cast all of it. But yes, I've enjoyed the tournament. I hope you guys have as well. If you have, please feel free to smash that like button. It would really help. Also, feel free to subscribe as well. I'm very close to getting to those 1,000 subscribers. That is my goal for the year. If I could do that, that'd be really awesome. I'll just say that I loved the Crow Battle Arena. The Crow Battle Arena was fun. It was fun, and like the I liked the memes in the middle where we had the bloated corpse running at each other as well. That was pretty fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But you can only do it so much, right? But yes, it was super fun. But yes, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. We'll be having many more things coming forward in the week. Videos, live streams, all of the big things. We'll certainly be having the King of the Hill, all that kind of style tournament. Probably a Come At Me Bro. Or I'll probably do a 600 subscriber Come At Me Bro special, where you guys can literally bring your builds to come fight up against me, and you can make it Dowie specific, or we can make it any faction. So yeah. But yeah, other than that, guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you very soon in the next live stream or video. So yeah, see you there.